processes for today. You will note that you are all mute. And the reason why you are mute is you'll find that we have about 426 to 500 students on the platform. And if we open the mics at this stage, we will be inundated with a lot of interference. So we will allow for questioning. We will allow the mics to be open during our Q&A session towards the latter part of our training. But at present, what we request for you is to use the chat. You will find a chat tool, a chat bubble. So please use the chat tool to post your questions. And we have colleagues working in the background who will then respond to some of your queries. So this is the first of the session. We will have a repeat session next week as per our schedule that we sent out. But as I said, for today's session, we will focus more specifically on the Invigilator app. And I have my colleague Richard, who will start today's session for us, and he will be running through what the app is, the purpose of the app, how you can actually install the app, and then we will answer some of your questions. Now, remember, you are using the app first time, some of you in 2022, but we've actually ran the app from 2020, 2021, so we know quite a few of the challenges that students have experienced in the past years, and we will address some of those challenges with you as well. So once again, colleagues, thank you very much for joining us today, and I hope this session is a fruitful session. Please feel free, as I mentioned, this is your session. We want you to get the best of knowledge, to gain the knowledge that you need, but we also want to ensure that you leave these sessions fully equipped to handle the upcoming examinations with the Invigilator app. So at this point, I would like to invite my colleague, Richard. The floor is now yours, Richard. Thank you.
Thank you, Denzel. I'll quickly share my screen with you. So good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. So as Denzel mentioned, my name is Richard Wright. I'm part of the ADOVH project, and today we're just going to walk you through the Invigilator app. What we're going to be covering in this session is just the introduction of what it is, why do we use it, and then we're going to try and do a little demo walkthrough how to use the app. So if you can, please get your devices ready, because it's very important that you set up this app before you go and do your examinations, and that you even try the demos that's available. So on the day that you're familiar with the app, remember the app is an addition to your exams. The main focus should still be on your examinations that you do. We will then also be sharing with you some support and resources where you can go and get support and videos. So if you miss anything during this session, there is documentation that we will share with you and videos that you can always follow up to do the testing and to practice again. So the main reason is, why would we use this Invigilator app? The Invigilator app is what they call a proctoring tool. So it's back in the day when we had venue-based examinations, you would have invigilators walking down and making sure everybody is the correct person that's writing the exam, that they don't have any notes or any additional content with them. So in a digital space, this is the way, this basically takes the place of those invigilators. So just like the invigilators at venues, they will come and check your identity, and it will be in the form of, you have to take a selfie, you have to take a picture of your work and upload that, just to ensure that the work submitted is the work that the app monitored. So the main reason why we also have to have this is to keep the integrity of your qualifications. You don't want to study 2 years or 3 years and then you find out this is not accredited anymore by any authority. So we need to have this in place to make sure that the content that's submitted is of quality and your own work to remain with this accreditations with industry standards. So remember, the Invigilation app is for invigilation purposes only. This is, you don't submit your examination through the app. You must still upload it to MyUnisa, or if it's multiple choice, you can use the built-in browser and submit it on MyUnisa. But the main idea is, remember, you must submit on MyUnisa. This is an additional tool that is by external party, and we don't necessarily have access to the files that you upload through this app. So the main area still to submit your examinations is on MyUnisa. then you can use, it's preferable to use 2 devices. If you only have 1 device, it does have a built-in web browser that you can use. But if you can manage to have 2 devices, that is still the best way to approach this. Just to make sure that you've got the app running separately on your phone, so you don't have to worry about it going off or losing data. And then the other device, you just focus on completing your examination. So there's 2 types of assessments that is being invigilated. The one is the written exams, where you have to write out pages, or you have to perhaps even draw something. You have to upload it, scan it in, and this can be either online, where you type it in a Word document and then upload the Word document, or you write it out physically and then scan and upload. And then the other one is a multiple choice questions that you do. That's purely multiple choice through the whole exam. So just keep these 2 types in the back of your mind, because there is a difference in how they work. It's a very small difference, but especially with the multiple choice, we will show you where exactly how that differs from the physical or the upload exams. So both of them basically start 15 minutes prior to the examination starts. You can already log in. You can make sure that you have the QR code scanned in. And then the multiple choice one will ask you also twice, usually to take a selfie. And at certain times, you will also have to enter the code. So the scan upload will start when the examination commences, and you will have a 15-minute afterwards to upload the scanned photos. So one thing to note here as well is with the photos, first scan them in. If you have problems uploading, don't worry about the uploading. As long as you scanned it in before in that 15-minute period, you do have additional time to upload. So rather focus on uploading the content on MyUnisa. So as I mentioned earlier, if you only have 1 device, there is a built-in browser where you can actually access the learning management system. But I would still advise, if you can, rather have 2 devices, especially if you doing multiple choice, or even written exams. It's better to work on a larger screen like a desktop. And remember, this app is only working on mobile devices, so you won't be able to install this on your computer. So just a quick to show you how it looks, the built-in learning management system. So remember, this LMS then stands for Learning Management System, and that is, in our context for UNISA, it's MyUnisa. So remember, the different universities use this different learning management systems. So when in our context we hear LMS, it means MyUnisa. So this is where you can access MyUnisa through the app if you only have 1 device. Now, one thing to note here, and you noted now when I mentioned the learning management system, this is not UNISA specific. This is an app that's being used by multiple universities across South Africa. So you might, even if you're studying through UCT or Stellenbosch, also have to use the app. And so with that, it's not affiliated directly with UNISA. So all support, technical support for this, is done by the third party, the Invigilator team. So when you get stuck during the examination, or when you're trying to log in, you have any technical problems, not with the MyUnisa, but with the app itself, and then the number that you will call or message is this 073 505 8273. Now, very important, this is a WhatsApp message. So you can't dial this number. You send it with a message with WhatsApp. The other way you can also access for support is through the website, and it's the invigilator.app, where you can access the website. You can also visit invigilator.app if you want to download the app. They've got links to all the different app stores. So this is just a quick show to you. This is what when we talk about the QR code that you have to scan in, this is what the QR codes look like. It's got 2 parts. It's the top part where it's got the QR code, and then it's also got a bottom part where you can, if you're having trouble to, how can I say, scan it with your camera, you can always insert the code manually. So just to illustrate clearly, so this is the QR code. So if your camera is damaged and you are unable to read this correctly, or whether it's too small on the screen, just insert the code that's provided at the bottom. So okay, so this is time for you to really get your devices ready. If you haven't done so, please follow the steps. If you fall behind, don't worry too much about it. As I mentioned, we will make the support material available. Afterwards, we will also have a Q&A session. So if there's any stages where you got stuck, we will walk you through those specific steps to complete the app installation, registration, and the demo. So the app, as mentioned, is for mobile devices only. So the places where you will go download, if you've got an Android device, it will go to Google Play. If you've got an iPhone device, you'll go to the App Store. And then also for students that have Huawei devices that doesn't support the Google Play Store, it is available on their store as well. So it doesn't matter which type of device you use, if it's Android or iOS, you will be able to install the app. So all you need to do is on your mobile phone, go to your App Store and then search for the Invigilator app and download it from there. So then the next step will be the registration. So when you first install the app, you will be asked to register as a new student, and there you will have to insert your credentials. So what is very important here is when you select the institution, make sure it's UNISA that you select, and when you use what you use for your email is your student email address. So that will be your student number at mylife.unisa.ac.za. So please don't use your personal email addresses. You must use your UNISA email address. So here it's also very important that you make sure you've got access to your MyUNISA email account. Then they also have, if you have trouble, how can I say, finding your email address, then you can always contact the support team of the Invigilator app. If you're still having trouble, if they are unable to assist you, then you can email us at UNISA as well. So just a quick overview of the registration. The first one must be UNISA. You insert your first name, your last name, your student number. Now there's your email is your student email address that is insert here, your MyLife email, and then your mobile number of the device that you are using. So once you inserted this, you'll have to accept the terms. Unfortunately, you don't have an option not to accept if you want to complete the examinations. And then you'll have to confirm your account. So this is then where you have to go to your MyLife email address. They will send you a code that you need to insert to verify. So if you're really having trouble, firstly, try and get the code from your MyLife account, because that makes sure everything is linked up correctly and working. If you're really struggling and it doesn't want to come through to your emails, then you can always send the verification pin to your cell phone as well. So with the button right at the bottom. But first try your MyLife email address. You can always check also in the spam folder. In some cases, it might go through to the spam folder, but usually it's already been proved that it goes through to the inbox directly. So as mentioned, you will receive an email. It will just say a code for you, and you use the code that's at the bottom that you insert in the app. So you just say sign up with the verification pin, you insert the number that's on the email address, and then you just click verify. So then after you've so basically by this stage, you've registered completely successfully, and you have now validated your identity. So the next stage is then just the calibration. So remember, this app will use your microphone, it will use sound, and it will use your camera. So you will need to provide, make sure that all of these items in your phone is working and that the app have access to these devices. So the first thing it will do, it will take you through a whole calibration test. The first one it will do is just give you a message to check your device is compatible. So it will ask you access to your camera. It will ask for your access to your microphone. And then finally, it will, if everything is working, it will tell you that it's successful. It might also play you a sound during the procedure, or just make sure that it does have access to your camera by showing an image of your camera. So then, if you get to the stage, basically the device is compatible and you're basically ready to go. The last thing is just the master selfie that needs to be taken. So the master selfie you need to take in person. Make sure the lighting is well in the room that you are taking the selfie. And don't take a selfie from your ID or any other photos. And also try not to wear any hats or glasses or masks. This is during the examinations, you'll be prompted to take a selfie. And that selfie that you take is used to verify against your identity that you take here. So this master selfie is very important that it's good and clear. So during the examinations, when you take that selfie, the algorithms can see that it is you writing this examination. So just the last thing, and this is especially also for students that perhaps the short learning programs where they've got a different student number and email address, or even if you're using, for instance, a different, how can I say, you study at a different university as well that uses the Invigilator app. So at the top, you can sign out, and then you can sign in with the different accounts. So just keep that in mind to make sure that you logged in. If you have multiple accounts, that you are logged in with the correct account when you go and write the examination. And then lastly, very important, before you do your examination, do the demo test, just so that you can get familiar with how it works, what is expected, so that on the day you don't have to worry about any of this. So from here you can see with the whole setup and everything that you need to do, it is very important that you set this up before you write your exams. At least if you can do it right now, do it a few days beforehand. It doesn't matter, but to make sure that everything is working. And then it's even on the morning of the examination, just log in, make sure everything is up and running on the app. So I'm just quickly going to skip this part. So what we're going to do is we're going to be doing the demo that's available on the app. So this demo that's available here is for a written examination. So it's something that you will scan and upload, or it might be even a Word document that you do on your computer that you're going to upload. So it's any file that's being uploaded and not an online multiple choice where you fill in directly on the learning management system. So this will take you through the exact same procedure that you will follow during the examination. It's just a very short, but it will still prompt you all the prompts during the examination that you would encounter in a normal examination. So if I can ask you, please use your app. If you can open the app on your side, if you have it already installed and you're registered, then please on the app, you just select Start Assessment, scan QR code, and you can scan the QR code that's on the screen at the moment. So just a quick one here. So we basically, here's the button that you will see when you open the app. So you'll say Start Assessment. It will open your camera. You scan this QR code that's on your screen at the moment. And then it will ask you just to do another test sound. So you will hear something almost like this to make sure that the sound is working. From there, you can then select Start. So it will ask you then, please do not leave the app and keep your phone on not locked or unlocked. So please don't switch off your phone during this time because it does need to be active and the app needs to be running. Even if you can, do not, that's why they've got a built-in browser. The app should not be running in the background. So don't close the app, you just leave the app open. If the phone locks by itself or go to sleep, that is fine, but as long as the app is still the primary app that is running. So once you've scanned your QR code, you've tested the sound and you ensure that the app is the main app still running, you can click OK. And then this will start the examination. So you'll see there's a little block here, selfies will appear here. So once it prompts you to take a selfie, then the images that you take will appear at the top. If your examination allows it, you can finish the assessment earlier. So just remember not to click this accidentally while you're writing exams. So if you click finish assessment beforehand, any additional, areas that it might still need photos, it will then ask you just to take those selfies to make the requirement of at least 2 selfies during the session. As mentioned, if you click on the Access Learning Management System, remember the learning management system for UNISA is My UNISA. It should open the UNISA site for you. Now, just a note on this, where a lot of students also have problems with UNISA, is that this site is not the exam site. Remember to follow the links on the exam sites, and usually on the notices or when you log into your account on your module, click on the link that takes you to the exam. So you might have noticed there was a ping at the background, so it will ask to take a selfie. You get a certain amount of time to, or first ask me for my ID document. Sorry. So first thing will be your ID document. So you just take the selfie and then you leave it, or your documentation, and you leave it at the background to run. So if we can just get back to this. So yes, so please remember this learning management system that's linked up here is not the exam portal. So you will need to log in, go to your module and open the exam portal. That's why it's still preferable to rather use 2 devices, even if you're doing multiple choice questions. So the app will run in the background. So I hope a lot of you are running it at the background. You will hear pings momentarily where it will ask you to, add a selfie or take a photo of your documents that you're working on or of your ID book. So I'm just going to click finish assessment for you now. So it will ask me that I'll still have a few selfies to take. So I'll just take that quickly. Just remember that the area where you are, just make sure that it is clear and that is or the images that you take is readable. Okay, finish. So here it now starts. When we finish, it will ask you now to upload your documents. So you don't need to scan it in with a scanner. You use your mobile phone's camera to scan and upload the pages. So basically all you need to do is select OK if your lighting is OK and it's on a flat surface. You'll get this plus button over here, so you can just click on that plus button and then you take a photo of your all the pages. So you'll click one, done, click another one until you've got all your exam pages that you are using scanned in. So it will automatically, you don't have to do anything, you just take the picture and it will appear at the top that you are taking all the pictures. Once you're done, you can click on the done button. It will show you all the pages that you have taken at the top, and then you will have the option at the bottom to save as PDF. And then finally, you can have the option to upload your document. So this is the period, how can I say, that 15-minute break that they give you at the end. That's very important. You have to get to this stage where you've got your documents scanned in, and then you can select yes, upload document. If you have an error in this period over here where you're now uploading your PDF, this is really the time where you should focus on uploading your documents on My UNISA. So if you get an error here, first make sure your documents are uploaded on My UNISA before you ask for technical support or try again on this one. This does give you a period because the photos have already been taken. It's been logged already that the photos has been taken. So it does give you additional time to upload the information. But on My UNISA, the time period for uploading your content will be a lot shorter. So as soon as you finish writing, you got to this stage, you can leave the app and first make sure your My UNISA content is submitted successfully before you come back here and make sure that this is also uploaded successfully. Then just the last note, we talked about one-time PIN or OTP for the multiple choice questions. So this is where the multiple choice questions differs from content that you will upload. So because it's now online, so you're doing all the multiple choice questions on MyUnisa, so that you won't have pages or even a Word document on your screen that you need to scan in. So yeah, during the questionnaires, at random spots, it will give you a code in your MyUnisa exam. So on the learning portal, you will get a question that's basically just going to give you a code. So the screen will show you here, there will be a button for multiple choice questions, and then you just show exam code to enter, and you click it and type it in. So you do this only once you get to the code on the multiple choice questions. So you still log in and start as with the QR code, and as you go through all the questions on MyUnisa, one more of them will give you a code, and that's when you insert this code on the platform. So just again to re-emphasize, the WhatsApp support number for the Invigilator app is on here. Remember, it's only for messaging, and you can also go to the invigilator.app to upload or download the app and ask for assistance. Then this important links over here, this is what we will share in the chat as well. So there is two training videos that you can work through if you're getting stuck anywhere. We've also got some online resources that you can have a look at. That's the documentation of the app, and it also takes you through the whole demo, how to set it up step by step. So please have a look at these resources as well. And just to re-emphasize again the importance of, you can't install this app when you're going to start your examination. You have to set this up beforehand, and you only need to do it once. Once it's set up, it will be good to go for any additional exams that you will also be required in the app for. But as you can see, it does take some time to actually get to this the stage where everything is working. So I'm just gonna leave it on here for any of you that still wants to do the demo. I'll leave the QR code on here for a little bit. I'm just quickly gonna unshare my screen. I see there's got a lot of hands. So in the next stage, David will take over for us for the questions and answers, and then we can assist you with any of the questions and answers you have, or any technical difficulties that you might be experiencing in using the app. I'll just quickly want to see how many questions there are currently. Okay, well, the email, I will make all the links available now for you, so you can access all the resources. I'm just having a look. There's quite a number of students. I'm going to hand over to David. We will test if we can unmute the mics, so you can verbally ask your questions. But please keep your mics muted, else we will have to go purely to the chat and answer all the questions through the chat. David, are you ready?
Hi, Richard. Yes, thanks a lot. Hi, Denzel. Welcome, students. Thank you for attending. I see there's loads of questions flying up here. Okay, first on the list is our vessels. Richard, just see it's not able to unmute yet. Let's just check, give it a few seconds. Okay, there we go. So our vessels, you have the floor. You can unmute yourself.
No, I actually wanted the code. He went past the QR code to do the assessment so fast, but he went back and I'm in the assessment now. But it's not doing anything. Well, okay, well, there's a timer, but it hasn't asked me to take a picture yet. Is that fine?
Yes. Go for it, Richard.
Sorry. Yeah, so it does take some time. When you hear the ping, that's when so at the beginning, you just start and you just leave it. And then later it will ask you to scan your ID, and then it will ask you to scan 2 selfies during the session.
Okay, so it will be 2 selfies in the 4-hour duration.
Yes, 2 selfies, and it might be more. So just make sure that I can hear there at the background your phone going off.
Yes, it's just
so they now ask you for your ID.
Okay, cool. That's my question. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Very good question. Yes, students, it will pop up every now and then. So as I normally tell students, maybe go watch your favorite soapy and then let the app run so that you can get used to that ping noise and doing something and then going back and concentrating. Just as a nice way to sort of prepare yourselves. Okay, the next person on the queue is Tutsetso Mashweo. The floor is yours. You can ask your question. Just unmute yourself, please.
Okay, good morning. Good morning.
Thank you so much.
I just want to know regarding the uploading of the document. We have to upload 2 documents, like on the app and also on my UNISA. That's my question. Hello?
Yes, no, you're loud and clear, Richard.
Okay.
Yes, so sorry, I'm just quickly uploading the links for you guys over here. So yes, it's very important. You must upload to the app and to MyUnisa. Remember, the MyUnisa one is the most important one. So first, always make sure the MyUnisa one is submitted. A lot of students, we had problems with the previous examinations where they thought they uploaded to the app and now they're done. They never finished the uploading to MyUnisa, meaning that UNISA doesn't have access to what they've scanned into the app, and that means that they'll have to rewrite. So first, always the main priority is to make sure that you've got it uploaded to MyUnisa.
Okay, thank you, loud and clear. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's a good question. All right, next one. Angelisa. Nene.
Thank
have
you.
the floor.
Yes. Yes. I just wanted to ask, when I registered my app, I used a different number because I'm using another device which is not registered with UNISA. So I wanted to find out, is that okay? And then my second question is that the pictures that you said we are taking of our paper, will we be taking the pictures from the from our PC? We will be typing our answers. Thank you.
Okay, so that's also a good question. So if you do it on your PC, your Word document, you can take photos of your Word document. And remember, it's scanned in directly on the device. So you just take photos. So at the end, it will ask you to take photos. So it can be the physical papers that you worked on, or it can be that the document, on the computer, that you just take photos of all the pages. In terms of the cell phone number, it will not be a problem if it's a different cell phone number than what you use for UNISA registrations, because it is an app that's running on its own. The only main part that you have to ensure is that you're using your UNISA email address.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. That's also a very good question. I like this question that you guys are posting. It's really, really helping. I hope it also answers other people's questions as well. All right, next on the list is Takalani. Please unmute.
Thank you. I've got serious challenges. I've downloaded the app in December. Then it said to me, then they said my email address is not confirmed. I sent the lecturer an email. Then I thought in this session, I would have been assisted with confirming my email address. So I put in my UNISA in my live account, but it's still saying my email address is not confirmed. How do I go about that, please?
Okay, so it sounds to me, can you log into your MyUnisa account, your MyLife account?
I'm on my live account.
So in the emails that on your MyLife emails, there should be a verification email from the Invigilator app. So just search for Invigilator app, and then in that one, there should be a code. Let me quickly share my screen with you. So just go back to the
I don't
email.
have an email from the Invigilator app.
You don't have one?
The only one I have is for today was MNG. Then it sent me the Invigilator app QR code and instructions. Is it that email?
No. It should be as soon as have you completed the steps here where you inserted all your emails, and then it comes.
No, it's saying my email address is not confirmed. I'm using my device. I'm using my cell phone to log on, or must I use my laptop?
It's so you must use your device to log in, but you can on your computer log into your emails. Is it showing you this
my
one?
laptop,
Confirm your
my
account.
emails are on my on the laptop, but on the I try to download the Invigilator app on my I downloaded it on my cell phone. So now when I was trying to confirm it here, it's saying the email address is not registered.
Oh, that is very strange. Please send an email. I'll put an email address in the chat for you just to send through so that we can follow up on your email account with the ICT on our side.
Okay, because now I couldn't even understand anything. So what is the email address? Because this is very urgent.
I'm sorry to
Yeah.
interject.
Yeah, I mean,
I had the same issue and they fixed it for me. I just sent a text to the WhatsApp number. I told them my issue. They were able to sort it out. I had a similar issue as you. I think
Sorry?
you should.
Hello?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so what she says is what you need to do is try the WhatsApp number that
Where
we
is the WhatsApp
displayed.
number?
I'll quickly give it to
sorry. Hello.
you. Yes.
Takalani, what he must do is send a message to the WhatsApp number, and then he must have either proof of registration or any email that's from UNISA, and then they will help him. It takes about 20 minutes.
7.
Okay, I'm doing it right away. Thank you.
Okay, so the WhatsApp number is 073 505 8273.
Okay, thank you. The other question I'd like to ask before I go, are we allowed, because on the, when we're doing the search on the preparatory note, we are asked to do references. So are we allowed to be having textbooks and other things next to us, or it is strictly like your normal exam wherein you cannot refer from anything?
So that depends on your lecturer and the instructions they give you. So if they say no referencing material, then you may have no books or references. Some of them are designed to be more open book, where you may have a textbook open next to you. So read the instructions very carefully from your lecturers. So it does differ from exam to exam, and the instructions will be given on the exam paper itself and beforehand by your lecturer. So unfortunately, we can't answer that one for you. That will be the instruction from your lecturer for the specific module.
Thank you very much. I'm done.
Okay,
All right, thank you. Again, some very good questions. I hope the other guys, you're making some notes as well, so just keep track of the answers to the questions. All right, so let's move along. I see there's quite a number of people asking questions, so let's quickly continue. If you are not able to raise your hand, please just make sure you use the chat facility to post your question there so we can also be able to respond to you. Okay, the next up in the queue is Annalise. Please unmute.
Hi, everyone. Yes, I just had a question on how many minutes before it actually prompts you to take a selfie and so on, because it is a little bit distracting when you write exam and now, but I fully agree with this app. I think it's a good initiative, but I just want to have an idea on a 3-hour exam, how many times will it prompt you or at how many minutes will it prompt you?
Okay, so
Go for it, Richard.
Okay, so the prompts will be random. So it will prompt you usually 3 times. The first one is for your ID and then 2 selfies. But the times periods during those when it happens is randomized. So because if everybody knew exactly when it was, then they would be just come in for that specific time period perhaps. So unfortunately for that, you can't say when is it going to happen, but usually it's about only 3 that you will get max during the session unless the lecturer asks for more. But usually you can work on the standard that it will be 1 for your ID book and 2 selfies.
Okay,
and
I hope that answers your
passport as
question.
well for that, right? As I mentioned.
Sorry, Annalise, can you repeat?
Hello.
Annalise, can you repeat, please?
Yes. No, if it's okay, my passport, because I left my Hello, can you hear me?
You're breaking up a little bit, but you said you've got a passport. Okay, maybe just post your
So can I
question.
put my passport in ID?
Yes, I'm sure as long as it's an official document, it should be fine. All right.
Okay,
I hope
and
that answered your question.
one more question. Initially, when I registered,
Sure, Annalise, on my side, you're breaking up a lot. I can't hear you. Could you maybe just post the question in the chat and then we'll be able to answer that way as well. All right, let's move on, students, because I see still there's a lot of questions. Sawela, I can't read the rest of your surname because it's sort of cut off, but I hope you can hear me. Sawela, you have the floor. Go for it.
Okay, good morning and thanks for the floor. My first question is, how am I going? It's because the presentation, it was too fast. I couldn't see how am I supposed to upload my answer sheet because I'll be using my laptop to type and the phone for the device. So I don't know how am I supposed to upload the answer sheet to the app.
Good question.
You take pictures. You take photos.
Yes, you're going to take photos. That's correct. If you're using your desktop or laptop, then the app will sit on your smartphone, which will sit next to you. So then you will just use your phone to take pictures. So that is correct.
Do I take all the pages, pictures of all the pages?
Yes, you have to take pictures of all the pages.
Okay, thank you. I have the last question.
Yes, go for it.
Okay, the thing is, every 30 seconds my screen goes to sleep, so I have to keep on touching the screen. So I just want to ask if I press the finish assessment by mistake, what should I do?
If you hit the button by mistake.
Yes.
Are you referring to when it pops up and tells you to do something?
No, I mean every 30 seconds my screen goes to sleep, so I have to keep on touching the app can keep on recording on.
Okay, what I would suggest then is just pick up your device and see the option that puts the device to sleep, device settings. You can use Google for that, and there should be some fairly simple steps that you can then change the sleep mode of the device.
Good.
I hope that answers your question.
No, I'm with technology.
Oh, look. Manje uyapoloza nje ngimvulela ifoni ukuthi abuke iskrini.
Guys, please keep your mics on mute if you're not speaking so that everyone else can be able to hear the questions clearly. All right, thank you for that. Okay, next in the list is Ngwenya. You can unmute yourself.
Hi, two questions, please. Okay.
Richard, can we see who's speaking so we can maybe...
All right. Two questions from my side. The first one is when taking pictures from my laptop, right? I'm a bit concerned about the quality that sort of comes out in terms of me getting the full page on one picture of what I've typed. I don't know, like how do we work around that? Because I feel like the word become very, very small and blurry.
Any ideas, Richard?
So it doesn't matter if it becomes, too blurry, because they're just gonna, if there is a discrepancy that they picked up where it goes through to review, they will basically just send that through to the lecturer, and the lecturer will be more or less be able to see, does it actually look like what you submitted? So they don't need to read every single word on it, as long as they can reference against the two documents that it is the work that you submitted.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. And then the second question is around other ways where, or will it get affected if like I get calls, if someone is trying to call me? Is the app gonna get affected? Is it gonna take it to the background? Because I mean, a call's just gonna, come through my phone. How does that affect the app? And is there a way that we can go around that? Because I'm assuming if I go on flight mode, the app is not gonna work itself as well.
Yes, so what you would do is you'll put your phone in do not disturb. So that's for phone calls. But if you get a phone call, you can just ignore it, basically. So as long as the app is still running and it's the primary app that's running, then it should be fine.
Okay.
So even if you get a call and you just press the button, to mute call or SMS comes through, that doesn't matter as long as the app is still running and you don't answer the calls during that period.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt. I just have a follow-up question on that. So if you have internet connection problems or you disconnect for a specific period of time for some reason or another, how will that affect the app?
So that will not affect the app because as soon as the app starts, you need connectivity when the app starts and when you submit. During that time period, during that, while you're writing, it doesn't need connectivity. But it's
so
still
you'll get
advisable.
those prompts. You will be able to receive those prompts irrespective of how stable your internet connection is. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah, that all happens on the app itself, and it's only when you upload it you need the connection again.
Okay, and the app will continuously run on the phone. So you're just going to leave it on there, it will run on itself in the background. So even if your phone locks the screen for some reason or another, it's fine.
Yes, yeah. You just start the phone, you start the app, and you put your phone next to you. If it goes to sleep, it doesn't matter. You'll still get the notification sounds from the side.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much.
Okay, next, thank you for these questions, is Yolandi. You can unmute yourself.
Okay. I just want to find out something. First of all, I totally agree with this app, and I believe in the integrity. But of course, people using the app for the first time gets nervous and don't know exactly what to do in certain situations. So I had the problem that with one of my modules, I struggled to upload it on the MyUnisa website. And during that time, my time actually ran out on the Invigilator app. And I know I read something that said it isn't time sensitive. So I didn't worry about taking the pictures because I didn't know it's going to automatically upload when that 8 minutes is done. And then I submitted that. But by the time I wanted to submit on the Invigilator app, it said, yeah, I ran out of time. So I think it only submitted my ID and my selfies. In a case like that, do we have now to rewrite?
So you'll have to just send through to your lecturer, and they will let you know whether you have to rewrite or what, if they will still consider it. So just remember, it's very important to still take the pictures during that time. The uploading doesn't matter. So as long as you have those pictures already on your phone, you have to do that in the time period where you scan your documents. Then you can focus on uploading to MyUnisa. But as long as you already got those pictures scanned in, then you will still be able to upload afterwards. But in your case, contact your lecturer, let them know, because you'll probably just be prompted that you didn't upload it, and they can have a look still at your specific case. So I would just advise you to contact your lecturer directly.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Very good question. Next is Juliet Umedi.
My question will be, actually, I'm getting confused. Since you are talking about different devices, you're talking about the phone. Say for an example, I'm writing on my laptop. Like where exactly, or should I say on which device exactly should I need to upload the Invigilator app?
Juliet, that will 100% be on your smartphone. The app will not work on a desktop or a laptop device. So it must just be on your smartphone, which will sit next to you then. So then you'll use your laptop and you'll do your exam there. And then you'll simply just follow the beeps and instructions as it comes through on your smartphone.
Okay, clear. Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Right, next is Koketsu. Please unmute.
Thank you so much. I have a few questions. The first one is the background noise that we have no control over. Like maybe you're using a space at home and then there are kids, or maybe there are lawnmowers. What do we do with that noise? Because I guess the sound will pick it up. And then do we continuously upload, or do we upload at the end when we are done writing? And the other one is that do we stop the thingy when we are done? Like if your exam starts at 8 until 12, do we submit at 12 or we stop the app at 12? What happens? And then how do we upload on my UNISA? Do we have to have my UNISA as well on the cell phone so that we can do it simultaneously, or how do we upload on the my UNISA system? Thank you.
Okay, there were quite a few questions there. Okay, the first one regards to the sound. Okay, so what will happen is, yes, the app will record sound and it will pick up like the kids playing or the lawnmower. But I mean, when they review that, they won't, clearly that won't be a violation. In other words, there's nothing that a lawnmower can do that can help you in your exam. So it sounds like that will not then be, you won't be penalized for that. I mean, if it's your kids screaming about playing on the PlayStation, for example, again, that won't be a problem. Although I know it's very tricky being at home. So that's one thing you will then have to sort of plan around, just to remind. I know kids will forget. They're having fun, they're playing. Just to remind them that you are writing the exam, and then hopefully that will also help the family sort of situation. But yes, they're not going to nail you because they heard someone talking and it had nothing to do with the exam. But ideally, try not to have any sounds around you. The other question you were mentioning, oh gosh, now I've forgotten. Sorry, just repeat the second question, because I think you had 3 questions there.
Yes, the other one was to upload. Do we continuously upload, or do we upload everything at the end of the exam when it's like 12 o'clock, it's stopping time? Do we upload then, or we continuously upload? And also, which documents do we upload exactly? Do we take pictures of our exam paper? And the other one is, how do we upload on my UNISA, because we will be using the cell phone to take pictures.
Okay, Richard, any idea?
Okay, so basically what you need to do is you upload only at the end of the examination. So if your exam runs from 10 to 12, at 12 o'clock you'll have to stop and you upload what you have. Remember, it does give you a grace period of 15 minutes after the exam has ended. So that's why it's very important, as soon as you've finished, you start uploading. So you only upload at the end, once you've done, or once the time has expired, and make sure that you do it in that time period. So what you would do is, in a situation where you've got a written exam, when say it's 12 o'clock, you'll have to stop. You take the pictures in the Invigilator app of your documents. You scan it into the app. You can select the upload button so it can upload in the background, but then your main focus will be just to scan and upload to my UNISA. Remember, that's still the primary one. So remember, first take the picture so you've got it already. If the upload fails, you don't have to worry about it on the app, the Invigilator app, because you've already got the scanned in documents. You can always go back to it after you upload it to MyUnisa. But so the priority is just to scan it in for MyUnisa and submit to MyUnisa first, and then you can upload on the Invigilator app.
All right, thanks, Richard. I see we still have quite a number of questions to get through from students, so we get done.
Can I just follow up on the background noise question? What would actually be considered a violation then? You're saying children screaming in the background, playing in the background, lawnmowers wouldn't be. And what exactly would be considered a violation in terms of background noise?
Okay. Sorry, guys. We need to follow the process with regards to the hands, guys. So please don't jump in when you're not next in the queue.
The last question from the lady was not answered, please.
Yes, you do need to upload onto the app. You'll be uploading your pictures, and then on the exam portal, you're going to upload your exam. So there's 2 uploads that you will do. Hey, I hope that answers the question.
No, she asked, how do you upload to MyUnisa? Can you just clarify us there?
You're not going to upload to MyUnisa. Hey, you're going to upload to the My Exams portal. So it's a separate thing. So where you download your paper, that's also where you're going to upload your paper. You will get instructions on that, and we'll also share the resources for you guys where you can actually follow the steps. Okay, they will give you the steps.
I'm sorry to barge in, but can I just clarify on uploading to the My Exam? There's no pictures that we're taking on the Invigilator app that needs to go in there. It's just the paper that must go onto the My Exam.
Yes, that's correct. The pictures will go to the app, and your your exam answer,
thank you,
go to the portal.
Thanks.
Yes, Richard?
Then just two things quickly. So for the people that's asking about the background noise, so remember, if there is background noise, or say the app flags you that there was some background noise, it's not immediately that it's going to say, okay, you cheated or anything. There's actually a person from the Invigilator app team that first goes and assesses the noise to see whether it was help that you received. So this also relates to, there's a question in the chats about somebody that asked they're having, or they, they're not familiar how to upload and type or work with computers, and they will have somebody required to assist them to upload. So this question also came up quite a lot previously, and the same applies. Say you've got somebody that needs to help you upload your exam. The chances are that you might get flagged, but remember, a flag doesn't mean that they're going to say you cheated. They're first going to review the audio to see, did that person actually give you answers? So if the person is just helping you upload it and you're not discussing the content, you won't get into trouble for that. The audio also, when it gets flagged, as I said, it first gets reviewed by the Invigilator team. If they feel it needs more, or even the lecturers request that they feel there might have been some help that you received, they will send it to the lecturer, and they can also review the audio to see if there was actually any content discussed during that period. So try and get a very quiet area for where you're going to work. But if it gets picked up, they do review it. They don't immediately automatically say that there was irregularities. They first review to see if they can pick up that you got assistance. David, I just quickly want to run through some of the questions that we received here. The first one was, they've got 2 phones. The one phone they use as a hotspot. Remember that won't give you any problems if you're using the one as a hotspot, as long as you've got connectivity and you connect to it, that will work just fine. Just want to see. Okay, so the flight mode, rather don't keep it in flight mode. You rather keep it in undisturbed or do not disturb mode, so that you can still have access to your Wi-Fi. Or what you can also do is, if you've got Wi-Fi, for instance, you can just say, switch off mobile so you don't get calls, but you can still access the internet. Yes, so you do take a picture of your cell phone, of your PC. So if you do it in Microsoft Word, you you use it through the app. You just take pictures of the screen. So there's no connection to your computer. You will have to do everything through the app. Let's just have a look here if there's anything. Okay, we'll post the links to the documentation again in the app. There was also a question on how did you start the demo. So remember, the demo is the same as you would do with a normal just browse through here. You start the app, you say start assessment. There's not a specific demo button. You do it as you would do normally on an exam. So you'll click the start assessment button, and then you scan the QR code as you would do a normal exam. So the QR code that you scan, it works exactly the same as you would do a normal exam. There's no special button for the demo. You still click on start assessment, and then you scan in the code. Okay, David, that's all from me that I can see that's important we have to address now. Over to you.
All right, thanks, Richard. Okay, next is Mbali. Please unmute yourself.
Hi, my question has been answered.
All right, fantastic. If your question's been answered, guys, just please remember to lower your hand. Okay, no problem. Okay, next is Dudu.
Good morning. Thanks for this time. Okay, my question is based on the on the Invigilator app. So, okay, I'm the type of person that first jots down on the desk pad before I type. My question then is that if the promptings, chances are the earlier promptings on the app in a 4-hour paper, earlier promptings that will want the scripts, say in the first 2 hours, are very likely to get, it's very likely that at the time I wouldn't have started typing. Will that be an issue?
I can answer that for you, Dudu. So during the time period, it doesn't ask you for, during the 4 hours, it won't ask you to take pictures of, it might ask you to take a picture of your workspace, for instance. But it won't ask you to take photos of what you're actually doing. That only happens in the end when you upload everything that you've done. Your final, you can take photos then of your scripts that you used, the typing that you did, and you upload that. During that 4-hour period, it will only ask you to take a selfie, a photo of your ID book, or even perhaps your work area where you are.
All right, thanks. I was worried. I thought it would want that. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Very good question. Guys, I can't stress enough, make sure you do this demo test as many times as you possibly need to until you're 100% comfortable with it. All right, so just make sure you write down the QR code. It's on your screen right now. So it's 2BF9EE07. There's a 0 there. So just make sure you do this demo because it will definitely make you more comfortable and you'll definitely be more comfortable when it comes to exam time because you don't need to be stressing about those things. Okay, next up is Masamola. Go for it.
I heard you saying at the end we are allowed 15 minutes to upload the script. I mean, technology being technology, sometimes it has its own issues. And what if 15 minutes goes up and I'm still struggling to upload on my UNISA?
So in that 15 minutes, make sure you scanned in the documents with your camera. If you're having problems with the upload, as soon as you press the upload button and later it gives you an error on the app, this is now an Invigilator app, then you have to, you can, as long as you've got the pictures or the scanned in the document within that 15 minutes, you will be fine to upload it still after the expiry of the 15 minutes. If you're having trouble uploading to My UNISA, now that's a different story. What you need to do is take screenshots of your problems that you're having, especially if there's an error code or anything that you receive, make sure you capture that as well. So because that you'll have to then send through to your lecturer and ask if they will still allow you to submit. So remember, the app runs separately from MyUnisa. So as mentioned, make sure that you try and at least submit or get it uploaded to MyUnisa. That's the main priority. And in the app, just make sure you have the photos already taken, scanned within that 15-minute period. But then if you're having trouble on MyUnisa, that is then when you will have to collect as much evidence as you can that you run into technical problems so that they can review your problems or allow you to write again.
All right, hope that answers your question. All right, next is Nomvoyo. I see you, hopefully you got your sound working. Go for it. You can unmute.
Hi, David. Thank you. Yes, I got my sound working after you unmuted everybody. Thanks for doing that eventually. So I was kind of ahead of everybody in trying to, because I had downloaded the app because I was anxious of all of this. I downloaded the app. So when we were told that we can be able to go into the app and all of that, I didn't use the code or the demo code. So what I'm wanting to understand now, because I went to the live system, is it going to have any impact? Because I was practicing on the live system, even though that then when I realized that I'm now getting to the assessment type of question, and I didn't want to go there because I'm not writing any assessment today. So is it going to have any influence? I don't know. I'm just asking. I went to the live system and I started practicing there.
Did you so did you scan the QR code from your
No,
module?
I didn't use the QR code. I just went ahead. They sent me a QR code into my inbox, and I went ahead and started practicing around that.
Did they send a QR code to your inbox?
Yes.
It's very strange that if you practice with that one, it won't allow you to start before it's really 15 minutes before your assessment. So I think you should be fine.
Okay. Okay.
All right, thank you. It's a very good question. Interesting that you got the QR codes already. But what we can suggest is, guys, just use the demo. The demo, you can do it as many times as you want. Okay, so that's what I would suggest. But anyway, thank you so much for that. Okay, let's move on then. The next person is Timbile Mahlobo. Go for it. The floor is yours.
Yes, that's me. Okay, I only have one question. So what I've done, I have downloaded the Invigilator app. So basically, it's working properly. And my thing now is, so on the day or on the morning of the exam, so can I just click Start Assessment, or can I click Access Learning Management and then scan the exam code? Because we do have the QR code already, which starts with 5C27. Can I please confirm with everybody else? Is it the same exam code that we're going to be using that morning? Can anyone say yes or no, please?
The exam code, the QR code will be for a specific exam. So it won't be the same code for everybody in terms of different modules. So for that module, it will only be that QR code.
Yeah, this one is for MNG 4801. So I'm asking if anyone else who is writing MNG 4801, their code starts with 5C27.
Yes, mine does.
Yes.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yes,
That's
we
perfect.
have. It's the same idea.
It sent me to a login page where I need to put my credential, and I'm not too sure which one do I need to put there.
All right. So
Sorry.
question,
Sorry, just to interrupt.
Yes.
Where do you find this code?
It is on MyUnisa. You know, when you log in onto MyUnisa, you must go to announcements, yes, and then you will see the QR code there, the document with the QR code.
Let me confirm.
Even on emails. Sorry to disturb. Even on emails.
Okay, good. There we go, guys. So just take note. You can see where you see the codes. So just make sure you check your email and check on MyUnisa as well. Okay,
Yes,
thank
this
you
is
for
from
that.
MyUnisa.
At least I hope you are comfortable now that you know the code is definitely the right one.
Yes, perfect. I'm happy. One more question. So on the morning of the exam, I log in into the app, right? And then I click Start Assessment or click Access Learning Management System.
Now you click Start Assessment.
Oh,
Start,
all right.
yeah, first click Start Assessment. You scan the QR code, and then you're good to go.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Hi, Sandy, before you move on, when you click on that QR code, did you send you to a landing page where you need to put a credential? Because it seems like I cannot get mine.
If you scan the,
If
you
you're
have
having
to
any
scan the
problems with the
QR.
Invigilator app, you can just send WhatsApp.
So just remember the code you have to scan with the app.
Okay, so I don't have the code, hence I'm saying when I click on the email where they send the code, when I click on that link, it actually put me on a landing page where I need to put credential, and I'm not too sure what I need to put there. Is it my
Go
street
out and come
number?
back again. Go out and come back
I
again.
must.
You'll eventually
Okay,
get it right.
I'll try. All right.
All right, thanks, guys. Okay, next up is Kensani. Please unmute. Kensani.
Hello,
Okay,
can you hear me?
go for it. Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. I wanted to have several questions to ask. The first one is, my exam is open book. So when I use the app, will it have a problem with me like going on web browsers and flipping through books?
Like it's only so if it's an open book and your lecturer told you that it's an open book. So what it will do is if you go through books and all that, as we mentioned previously, you might get flagged. Remember, it's not going to track what you do on your computer. As long as you don't open the browsers on your phone to go and search. Remember, the app needs to run be the primary app that runs on your phone. So all of that, if it's an open book and it's being communicated to you by that lecturer, then it won't pick up or give you any errors, problems from that side. If you do it
Okay.
on your PC.
Okay. And the second question that I have is, so on following with that one, on the PC, I don't log in through the Invigilator website at all.
No. So you remember on the PC is just on your mobile phone. So on the PC, you will go to the My Exams portal and log in from there.
Okay. And then since my exam will be a multiple choice question, do I still need to take photos of those multiple choice questions, or like how do I go about that situation?
No, so what will happen is, let me see, I think it's the last one. With multiple choice questions, so you'll get one of the multiple choice questions. It will be also random through while you're doing the exam. One of the multiple choice questions you're going to get now on UNISA is a pin that you need to insert. So on the multiple choice, you say basically then we insert code. You enter the code of that OTP that you get when you get to that question. So you won't get it beforehand. You just start as well as you would normally start assessment. You scan the QR code. It will still prompt you to take a picture of your selfies and your ID book. And then at one point during one of those questions in the multiple choice will be a code that you need to insert.
Oh, so the code will be on the My Exams multiple choice question.
Yes. So you don't need
And
to then take pictures of the multiple choice.
Oh, okay. So it'll just be somewhere there in the questions. Then I just copy, well, not copy, but like type in that code into the app on my phone.
Yes. Correct.
Okay. Ooh, okay. So then, ooh. With the QR code, I see there's an exam code there. So when I log onto my exams, how will I do the whole Invigilator app and log in there?
So remember the Invigilator app, once you logged in, you can log in now, for instance. You create your account, you log in. And usually you will stay logged in. Or if it logs you out, you'll have to just log in with the credentials you created with the app. So when you open the app, when you're going to start the exam, so all you need to do with the app is you will just open the app, and it will ask you then to scan in your the code. Let me just get to the right picture here quickly. So you'll see the first page, start assessment, and then you scan the QR code that's on the exam portal, all that's been given to you.
Oh, so the exam portal will give me a QR code to scan.
Yes, yeah, they usually put it on the exam portal, or as in some of the other cases now, they've sent it beforehand as well.
Oh, because I was worried about that, where I would find the code from. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, pleasure.
Pleasure, Kinsani. Very good questions as well. Prudence, you have the floor. Please unmute yourself.
Hello, colleagues. Thank you. I just have one question. I just wanted to find out how do I reach the demo test icon on the app?
Okay, so you also click on Start Assessment for instance, on this main page as well that we've got here. So you click on Start Assessment, and then from there you just scan the QR code. The QR code that is available, this one that's going to display now. Then you just scan in that QR code and you start. So you do it exactly like you would do a normal exam. When you open the app, you will see that, welcome to your exam dashboard. You click on Start Assessment, and then you scan this code over here.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
Or you can type in the access code, as somebody commented as well now in the chat.
Oh, okay. I'll do that. Thank you.
Good, thanks. Yes, guys, you can scan it in or you can type it in. So either way, that will be the way to put in the QR code. Very good. Okay, next is Randir. Go for it. Unmute yourself, please.
Hi there. Thank you. I downloaded the app, I think on the weekend, and I was able to use it. It's a very good app, but there's just some things that I just want to confirm. So I have a window of 15 minutes before the session begins, and after the session, the exam time ends, to be able to do the admin, just to confirm that. Then the other thing is that my phone is practically so ancient, it should be actually a fossil. I'm trying to get another phone. Can I download the app on this new phone that I get? There won't be any problems with me having the app on both phones. And then the one thing I am concerned about is about battery life, given the old phone I have loses battery very quickly. And then the other thing is that, is it possible to change the notification sound on the phone? Because I've got a disability and I really cannot hear properly, and I've got terrible eyesight, but my hearing is the worst. Is there any possibility to change the ringtone, the notification tone? That's it from me.
Okay, Randir, with regards to using the whole phone, yes, you can install the app on another smartphone. That's not a problem at all. With regards to, if you know you've got battery problems, then I would suggest, guys, make sure your charger is charging the phone. Okay, because you don't want the battery to go dead. Because then the app obviously will also go off, especially if it's during the nitty-gritty times when you have to upload and take pictures and things like that. So that's what I would suggest, definitely. As with the sound, I'm sure, Richard, couldn't we look? I'm sure there must be settings that you can change the sound.
Unfortunately,
It's
with
something
the
we're going to have
app,
to fiddle with.
Yeah, unfortunately with the app you aren't able to change the notification sound. But since you have a disability, what you can do is rather perhaps if you can have somebody just to notify you when the sound comes through. Remember, as long as that person doesn't give you advice or guide you on how to do it, and they just let you know, even visually, that the sound has been prompted, then just do that. What you can also do is, in the future, perhaps for future exams, get in touch with the Oxford Centre at UNISA, and they also can assist you with equipment and, for your exams. So really get in contact with that center, and they've got specific labs and assistants where they can assist you.
Thank you so much. Sorry, there was one question I forgot to ask. The LMS site, I'm assuming that is only accessible 5 days or on the day of the exam, because I've tried to log in and it just tells me access denied.
Is that the exam portal?
Yes.
Yes, so usually it is so that they upload it quite close to when you're writing your exams, that you will have access to the specific modules exam portal or colleges exam portal. So, 5 days is still quite a long time. Usually about 3 to 4 days beforehand, you will be able to log in to the exam portal.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
All right, thank you. Thanks for the questions. Okay, next it's Carmen. Please unmute yourself.
Hi, good morning, everyone. So I haven't done an online assessment. I think I've got the Invigilator app under control. I'm a bit concerned about how the exam portal works. I've never used it. So yeah, I've done the demo, so I think I'm good with the app. I'm just concerned about the exams portal and how it works.
All right, the link for the exam portal is on MyUnisa. You'll go to the normal MyUnisa page where you access all your study materials and whatnot, but you're not going to log into MyUnisa. You'll see there's a banner running, and the banner says My Exams. You're going to click on that, and that will take you to the My Exams portal. You are going to use your same student number and your same MyUnisa password to log into the My Exams portal. Okay, so as Richard just said, a few days before you should be able to log in. That's just the way they've set it up.
Okay, so basically I first log into the exams portal in order to get the QR code and download my exam paper, and then I go to the app. That's how it works?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I see Richard has posted the link, guys, for the My Exams portal as well, so please check it out. All right, thanks, Carmen. Okay, next is Numsa. Please unmute yourself.
I have a question for Richard.
Yes, you can go ahead.
I've downloaded the app last year, so I just wanted to find out if it's the same app that you're going to use this year, because last year it gave us problems, especially with the sound.
Oh, the sound.
So do I
it's
have to
exactly
delete the ones of last year or use it?
No, so as long as your phone doesn't show you that it needs an update, it's exactly the same app. And they have actually worked on the app quite a lot this year. So you don't need to delete the app and reinstall it. Just make sure that your phone is up to date, and then the app will also be up to date. But if you open it and it tells you that you can't log in, for instance, that it needs an update, it will give you a warning to let you know. But also it usually updates in the background automatically.
All right then, thank you.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Thanks, Numsa. All right, next. Okay, before I go to Princess, yes, the recordings will be made available. We will share the links again after this event. And just remember, with the event, the recordings are automatically saved under the chat once the event is done. So you can also access it there. But we will share the links again with you. Okay, so let's continue. I know the system says 5 minutes, but we will keep going until we've answered everyone's question. All right, next is Princess. All right, please unmute.
I'm having a question here because last year, October, I had some serious issues with this Invigilator app. First thing I need to know that, do you first, when you are writing, do you first download the question paper and then you log on to on the Invigilator app? Because last year I struggled with downloading the question paper. So I took about 15 minutes or more to get to download the question paper. By the time I scanned the QR code, I got an error. I got an error message from the Invigilator app, which says it was saying that this exam can only start between this time and this time. So I sent a WhatsApp to the Invigilator app team and explained to them what is going on. So they discovered that I was late. And then they advised me to send an email to the exam department and to my lecturer. And then I did that. I was requested to send the screenshots of my conversation with the Invigilator app team. I did that, but to my surprise, in December, when I was supposed to get my result, I noticed that my script is rejected. My exam script is rejected. It is not marked according to my understanding. So even now, I did not even receive a timetable, whether I'm supplementing or what. And this was my last module to finish the degree. So please assist me because now I don't know what to do. I can't even register this module. My script is not marked because I had challenges with the Invigilator app.
Sure. Now that's quite an interesting scenario that you've given us. Let me just check. Doc Pumza or Denzel, what would we advise the students on this with this one?
Dave, can I take that one? Nikki here.
Yes, Doc Chiano, go for it.
Yes, in December, around the 7th of December, we developed a Microsoft Forms where all those students whose marks were withheld because of non-usage of the app to appeal against that. So what the student Princess is explaining there, I think it's Princess, sorry if I miss your name. You just needed to go to that, and I'll post the link now, to appeal that you were given go ahead by the lecturer to proceed writing. Then they can release your results. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks so much, Dr. Chiano. Really appreciate it. Yes, Denzel?
No, it's fine, David. Thanks, Nikki, for that.
All right. Great stuff. Okay. Sorry, I hope, Princess, that answers your question. So just check the link that Dr. Chiano will post in the chat and then just follow the process there. So hopefully it comes right. Thank you for that question. I know that was a tricky one. Okay, next is Zilungile. Can you please unmute?
Hello, can you?
Just say again, it's a little bit broken up.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, there we go. Go for it.
Okay, I just came late. I don't know if this question has been answered. Does the Invigilator app work properly when the phone is on flight mode?
Yes, it's fine. It will work fine on flight mode. That's not a problem. Although I do know that Richard said you can put it on Do Not Disturb. That's also another option that you could also try. But yes, that should be fine.
Oh, okay. And this my exam will I find on my module on the date of exam?
Yes, you will. Yes, definitely. Just check your MyUnisa and also check your announcements, but they will give you the information before time. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Pleasure and good luck.
Thank
All right,
you.
next in the queue is Tanya. Please go for it, Tanya. Unmute yourself.
Hi. Hello.
Yes, Tanya. Yes, we can hear you. Go for it.
I have a few questions for the demo. It's not an MCQ, obviously. So could you just
maybe repeat like the small differences there will be.
Okay.
And then, sorry.
Okay, on to ask your questions and then we'll answer back.
And then the other question is for the camera function. How exactly does that work? Like on your Invigilator app, should you put your phone in a certain place, or like how does that work? And then for your PC, like on your laptop, what will happen if you're on your examination thing? So I'm obviously writing an MCQ and you like switch browsers, for instance, if it's an open book exam, will like my UNISA pick up that you switched browsers, or is that fine, or how does that work?
Okay, so just for your first question, so the difference is basically with multiple choice questions, you don't need to scan and upload your script that you wrote. So all that will happen is one of the multiple choice questions that's going to be on the exam portal will give you a code that you need to insert into the app. So once you get to the question that gives you the code, you just show exam code to enter. You click at the button, you insert the code, and then you continue. So, and then the second question regarding the camera, remember the camera doesn't record you the whole time. It only asks you to, at a certain point, it will ask you to take a photo of your ID. Another point, it will ask you to take a selfie. It will usually take about 2 selfies, or it might even ask you to take a photo of your environment where you're writing. So you don't need to worry about the camera, that it needs to be positioned to your phone. It will just ask you for that that specific selfies that you need to take. It does record in the background as well. So any audio, so just keep it close by. Well, you have to keep it close by anyway to get the notifications and to take the selfie. So as long as it's just in your area, that is fine. And then the last one regarding my UNISA, tracking whether you're going to different browsers. If it's an open book, then it doesn't track, my UNISA doesn't track where you browse to different browsers. In the future, in Moodle, when we now migrating to Moodle, that will have a secure browser where you can't browse around. But currently with MyUNISA, the app doesn't track what you do on your computer, and MyUNISA also doesn't track what you're doing on your computer. So if it's open book, you can still access your resources that you need to complete the examination.
Okay, thank you. And then I just want to, sorry, there's just one more thing. The notification thing, so the notification just tells you like when you have to take a selfie or take a photo of your ID or anything like that?
Yes, yeah, you'll just get like a little ping sound, and then it will tell you to either take a selfie or to take a picture of your ID book. And that happens randomly through the time period.
Okay, perfect. And then other questions relating to multiple choice itself, should we ask that to our lecturers, or can we ask that here as well?
How do you mean questions to the multiple choice? So in terms of content?
No, like, can we go back and forth between multiple choice questions? Like, are you allowed to go like from question 1 to question 2 and then back to question 1? Is that an option, or will it not allow us to do that?
Okay, so that you'll just have to confirm with your lecturer, because it depends how they set it up. So when they do multiple choice questions, they can set it up that you are able to go back and forth, or they might set it up that you can just do it in a linear fashion. You have to start and go through the questions, and once you're done with the question, you can't go back. So that you'll have to just find out from your lecturer.
Okay, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
All right, great. Thanks, Tanya. Okay, next is Sheshobela. Go for it. Please unmute yourself.
Morning, everyone, and thank you for the opportunity. My question is that because the app randomly asks for selfies, what happens if you need to go to the loo or you need to take a body break? Do you go with your with the phone to the loo, or what happened there?
Yeah, that's a good question. And it does happen. Hey, well, I would suggest just keep the app with you. It will look a little bit different, I guess, the background, but hopefully that doesn't happen. Because remember, it's random and yeah, I mean, the active nature, and there's very little you can do. So what I would suggest is instead of missing the picture, maybe just have it with you. That's what I would suggest. Any other colleague can maybe give a suggestion on this one.
The app does have it does give you a little time frame where you can take in the picture, and usually, you will get flagged if you miss one of the pictures. But that's also then they will just review what you have been doing. But I would also suggest just to make sure that if you go, for instance, to review, just keep it close by, that you still have the app and that at least the notification was there. But if you miss one completely, it doesn't mean that you automatically gonna be, it's not gonna be marked or anything like that. They will still review. Have you taken the other ones? What was the audio and all that type of thing?
Okay. What time frame does it give you before you take a picture?
So usually it's about, I think the maximum is almost 2 minutes. So you'll have to be quite quick when you take the pictures.
Sorry, 2 minutes.
Mm.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
All right, thank you for the question. All right, next it's Janet. Please unmute yourself.
Good morning, everyone. My question is with regards to data, like you're using the app. Could someone say that you can switch it off? Actually, you can switch it on when you log in and start the assessment, and then can I switch it off and then switch it back on when I'm uploading? Is that fine? So that I don't get interrupted during the exam, like WhatsApp messages coming in.
Yes, Janet, that's definitely what we would recommend. So yes, you will need an internet connection when you start up and also when you have to upload at the end. So in between, definitely put it into flight mode or do not disturb mode so that you don't have any other issues coming through. Yes, I agree with you on that one. It's a good plan.
Just don't close the app though, or switch off the phone during that period because you do need to hear the notifications.
That's very important, guys.
Okay, thank you so much.
Pleasure, Janet. Please make sure you do the demo. I can't stress that enough. Do it as many times as you want to do it so that you are very, very comfortable. It will take away that stress, guys. It will definitely help a lot. Okay, next is Avril. Please unmute yourself. Avril, are you still with us? Just unmute yourself, please. Then you can speak. Okay, looks like Avril, I'll come back to you. Okay, let's continue. Lesibo, go for it. Lucia. Please unmute yourself.
I just wanted to get clarity when one is logged on and say there are minor internet disruptions and you are switching between internet devices. So does the app recognize that there's just that minor disturbance and you're switching to another internet devices? For example, let's say the major one would be load shedding, your Wi-Fi turns off and then you switch on to these these little white ones where you access the internet. Would that give you an issue, or there's a way in which the app can actually recognize that? Thank you.
Richard?
Sorry, David, I didn't get that. I was just looking at the comments.
So sorry about that. So basically what's happening is the student, let's say, for example, has load shedding and then the internet drops and then she uses another device to connect to the internet and then she continues. What I'm thinking is, Lesibo, what will happen is, I mean, remember the app only needs to be online in the beginning when you start up your exam, and then during the exam it just needs to be on your phone, but no internet is needed, no data is needed, and again at the end. So even if you had load shedding like that, it shouldn't affect the app itself. So that's what I'm thinking. It's what you were trying to ask.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Yes, so you do have times, as long as you connect it at the beginning, I'd say during that you've got load shedding and you change how do you connect, as long as you connect it when you have to upload your content, that will be fine. But you just make sure that you perhaps have a backup or your batteries are charged so you don't lose or the app doesn't go off during that time. There's a few questions here about what happens if you click finish assessment accidentally. Remember, if you click the finish assessment button, it does give you a confirmation, where you, gives another pop-up, a secondary pop-up to ask you, are you sure that you're done? You want to finish the exam? So please, if you accidentally touch the first one, that is fine, but do not tap the second one, yes, I'm finished. Because once that is done, it goes through the procedure of finishing up, where it actually wants to take the pictures of your selfies that's outstanding. If you need to upload, and you have to take photos of your scripts. So just be very vigilant when you actually work with the app. If you click it, the main button accidentally, that doesn't matter. You can still go back. But if you confirm that action, from there it will complete the procedure to finish up with your examination.
Okay, hello, it's Disaba here. I think the lady, because we have the same middle name, you said Lucia Disaba, now she spoke, but it's now Disable, which is me.
Okay, no problem, go for it.
Okay, I have a couple of questions. The first one, I have uploaded the Invigilator app. I did the demo now as we're going through the training. And then there's a section where it asked me to take a picture of my ID. Now, I have a challenge. Because I use a passport because I'm in Lesotho. The passport that I registered with, the passport number, that passport got stolen. I have a new passport, but I have a copy of the old passport. Can I take the picture of the old passport because that's the number that they're using? Or do I need to inform the school and they change my passport number now? Or is it too late to do that? Because I do have the soft copy. So I actually on the demo took the copy of the soft copy of the passport. It went through. I took a selfie. It went through. I did the whole demo till the end. But I don't know whether that is a problem or the fact that I managed to get through the whole demo. It's okay. But I just thought I should ask that. And then secondly, I'm so confused. Let me start here. The exam portal, the way we're going to receive the examination papers, is it the same way we got the assignment papers? Because assignment, we will go to assignment portal and then we upload the question and then you answer, because it's a written exam, and then you answer the questions after you save your word as a document, and then you go into the assignment portal and then you upload the assignment and then you submit. Is it how we're going to do it with the exam? And also with the Invigilator app, does it mean now after answering the questions on the Word and then converting into PDF, then that's when now you take the pictures of the PDF that you have answered on the Invigilator app and then you submit on the Invigilator app, but then on the exam you go to the portal and then upload it the same way we did with the assignment? Is that how it works? And also, because the phone, the Invigilator app will be on, am I allowed to take the picture with the phone? It's not going to disturb the Invigilator app running, or do I need now another device to take the picture with? Thank you.
Right, thank you. Some very good questions. With regards to your passport, what I would suggest is please contact the student councillors and please immediately update your passport number. I think that's quite important so that when you're using or need to take the picture, it will be the updated one, which is the official document. So that's what I would suggest. Then the My Exam portal, you must remember guys, My UNISA and the My Exam portal are two different websites. You go to My UNISA's homepage, right, where you can see where you normally log in, but you're not going to log in there. In the middle of the screen, you'll see there's a banner running all sort of different announcements or things that are happening. And in there, you will see My Exams. I think there we go. Richard's going to put it on for us. And then that's the link you're going to use to get to the My Exams link. Okay, that's one of the options. And there we go. So there you can see it just moved past now. There we go. An online exam. Okay, that's your tips. So the other option is, yes, there's the tips as well, which we'll share the link. So please go through that as well. So, yep, so just check carefully that you're going to the right one there. Then, so that will answer the My Exam portal, but you will still log in with your student number and your My UNISA password, okay, for the My Exam portal. Then with regards to Word or PDF, that's not a problem. You can basically take pictures of either. I don't think that will be a train smash. Just remember the app itself has a built-in camera function that you're going to use, and that's the app. Then you will actually use the app to take the pictures itself, so you don't need the second device. If you do the demo, and please do that demo, guys, as many times as you need to, it will actually run through those basic steps with you as well. Okay, so taking pictures and putting a little script there and things like that. So make sure you do it so that you are super, super comfortable with the app. All right, I hope that answers all your questions.
All
right. Okay, Avril, I see you were unmuted at a stage. Can you maybe unmute and ask your question?
Thank you very much. So I missed most of, in fact, all of the training session at the beginning. I would just like to know if that the beginning part or the session is being recorded, please, so that I can access it.
Yes, Avril, no problem at all. Yes, we are recording the event and we will share the recording with you guys. We will also post it in the chat so that you can also be able to see it there, and also on the ADOV website on YouTube. So we'll also be posting it there. So definitely you're most welcome to catch up. And of course, next week, the 19th, we are having this session again. So in case you just want to go through it with us again, it's not a problem. 19th, same time, 10 o'clock to 11:30. It's a Wednesday, so you can just join us there as well, just to make sure that you've covered all your bases. All right, there we go. Richard has just posted it under the chat, so you guys have got the link there as well. All right, next in the queue, it's Flelo Puti. Please unmute yourself. Are you there, Puti? Flelo?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. Go for it.
Yes, good morning. I just wanted to ask, man, I have like, I think 2 questions. I just wanted to understand that, like for my exams and the Invigilator app, do we have like 2 different time limits? Because as I understand, on my exams, we were given an hour to upload our scripts. And then I hear for my Invigilator app, we have 8 minutes. So I just wanted to understand why is there like a disparity or difference between the 2 timers there or time limits? And then my second question is, I'm going to be writing like an exam where I'll be required to type. So I just wanted to ask, I heard you guys talking about taking pictures on the screen. So do we take half pictures, because on the screen you can't really scan the whole picture. You can't really scan like the whole script. Like, so can I do the halves? And then the last question is I wrote it here. Oh, okay, yes. Are we scanning the whole script, or are we scanning just the first page? Thank you.
All right, thank you. Richard, with regards to the time limits, I know you have said it a few times, maybe just go through that again.
Okay, so with the Invigilator app, it's 15 minutes that you have. Remember, in that 15 minutes, you must just be able to scan it and perhaps, if you can, start the upload process. So if you have difficulties with the upload process in that 15 minutes, you can rather focus on submitting your MyUnisa. And remember, it's two independent apps or platforms. The Invigilator app, you upload it, you take pictures of all the screens that you've got, the entire script. If it's on a screen, for instance, just make sure you've got at least all your content that you have done. It doesn't matter if it's breaking up, across pages or anything like that. At least that you just got a good documentation of what you have done. So if they need to compare it to the script that you uploaded on MyUnisa, they can verify it's the same script. So it doesn't need to be completely legible, 100%, full graphics. As long as they can just make out that it is the same script that you uploaded to the Invigilator app, it's the same that you uploaded to MyUnisa. So as mentioned, with the app, always make sure that you at least scan your documents with the app's camera, and then you can start the upload process, and then you focus on the MyUnisa, uploading your script on MyUnisa. So they have extended the time on MyUnisa because in the past there was, everybody wants to submit at the same time, just to give you more opportunities if you have run into difficulties. So firstly, always take photos with the app, scan the scripts with the app. You can start the upload process, but if it gives you problems, don't focus on those problems immediately. First upload into MyUnisa, and then you can go back to the app afterwards. If there was problems with the uploading, we can contact them by WhatsApp for support. But at least if you've got the scans within that time period, they can go on to the scans and see that you did take it within that time period. I hope that answers your question.
All right, great. Thanks, Richard. Yes, we nailed all three questions there. All right, let's move on, guys. We still got about 24 hands up, so let's keep pushing. Next up is Nicolette. Please unmute yourself.
So I followed as you were doing it. However, the part that says names, I put both my first and second name. Now my app is only showing, my profile on my app is showing as my first and second name without the surname. Is there a way for me to go back and remove my second name so that it shows my first name and surname? And does it even matter?
So to update your credentials, you'll have to contact the WhatsApp number, the support team. But as long as your email is fine, then you should be ready to go.
All right. So even if I were to leave it as is, it won't matter that, because now my second name now appears as my surname, and obviously Unisa wouldn't be able to pick up that. But
No,
my email address is still the same.
Yeah, so they go by your email address and your student number.
All right then.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nicolette. Okay, next up is Tabila. Patricia, you can go for it. Please unmute yourself.
I have got the problem. In fact, I'm struggling with an app, Invigilator app. Yesterday I downloaded the Invigilator app, and then when I register, I want to register as a student, doesn't want to go through. It just written an error, please connect your devices to the internet. Please wait. And then sometimes it says, please wait, thank you for the information. And then followed by getting to universities. But it stands there and then still keep on running till today. I switch off my phone, try to delete the app and replace it again, but I'm still struggling even right now. And then the second question again, how do I know that the exam is my module is an open book? Yeah, I think I have got only those ones. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The first question sounds a little bit on the technical side. I'm not sure if the technical support team might be able to help there, Richard. You can maybe send them a WhatsApp and do a screen grab and show them this is where the app is getting stuck, and then maybe the technical team can then provide you with what to do next. That's
So
what I would suggest.
In the chat, I'll quickly put the WhatsApp number for you for the Invigilator technical support team. And then you can just send them a message on WhatsApp and they will assist you with setting up the app.
Thank you very much, sir. I don't know whether there is the very same number that I was used yesterday when I'm trying to talk to them. The number is, let me check it. It's 0735058273. That is the number that I used yesterday communicating with them via WhatsApp. All those things, response that they gave me to do, I did it, but still doesn't want to open. Thank you.
So the app doesn't want to open.
Yes, sir. It just open when I click. After opening, it says log in. Under login, it says register as a student. When I click register as a student, and then it's where there is something. The message just comes from down. It says error. Please connect your devices to the internet. And then after it follows, please wait. Thanks for your patience. And then get into university. And then it start running until I can switch off the phone.
It sounds almost that it might be a network problem. Do you have a very stable internet connection?
Yes, I did. So right now, the technical group, they said maybe if I can get another cell phone number, download the app, I can try to register on it. So I'm still on that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so unfortunately we don't have access to the technical aspects to it. So please try that number and follow up with them. If you still afterwards, if they are unable to assist you, then reach out to your lecturer as well if you're unable to solve it before your examination, so that they're also informed of the problems you are experiencing and if they can allow you on a different method to do your invigilation.
Thank you. I will do so because my worry is I'm writing on Monday and 8 o'clock.
Yeah, Richard, I think maybe the colleagues should just try to get another phone first and try to see if they can download another phone. This might be easier.
Yeah, I also agree, Denzel. I think try another phone, another smartphone, and see if that works, and then at least then do the demo, please, because you said Monday it's coming up quite soon. So I would suggest do the demo a couple of times. Then the other question you had was around the exams and what type of exam it's going to be. That you can log into my UNISA, you can look at your module, there should be announcements. Your lecturer should definitely have communicated what type of exam is happening, so that you'll find on my UNISA. So,
David, just to quickly say, I think that's a common question that is emerging in the chats as well. The students must confirm this with their lecturers to make sure that it's an open book exam, or this will compromise the integrity of the assessment as well. So just make sure that you are 100% sure that it's an open book exam before you start opening your books in the exam paper.
Thank you very much. I will do so.
All right, fantastic. Thanks, Denzel.
Thank
Okay,
you.
next in the queue is Nsanami. I'm probably sorry if I'm saying that terribly wrong. Letitia. Okay, let me try that one. But you'll have to teach me how to say your first name, please. Letitia, please unmute yourself. Letitia, are you still there? Messiah? Okay, I'm not picking her up. Okay, so we'll come back to you then, Letitia. Next is Modrina. Can you please unmute yourself? Cecilia Joseph, please unmute yourself.
Good day. I've got to, I just want to confirm the one. It is when we start up on before the exams, because the exam starts at 8. So 15 minutes before that, once I log on and everything, can I then switch off my Wi-Fi and put it and leave it on flight mode? I think it came up already, but I didn't hear properly. Can I then just put it on airplane mode, switch off my Wi-Fi and everything, so I don't have any disturbance? And once I upload at the end, and then I'll just switch my Wi-Fi back on and I do the upload. Is that the way?
Yes, that's spot on. I think that is definitely the best approach.
Okay, and then the next one, I've been doing now this demo now, the whole time as we go on. Like when it shows upload, no? Do I first click, because now I'll try just to take pictures here of, like, you know, my books, and so it's an upload, then I press it, it's a plus, then it opens. Now it's ready for me to take the picture. Then I first type on the right thing, it's almost like a crop. It shows like a kind of a crop thing. And then on the left, I type and then it saves. Because when I tried without doing it, it didn't show any pictures. So in this demo, it must show pictures. Confirm?
Yes, as far as I know, it should definitely show the pictures that you've taken, yes.
Okay,
But play around with the demo. Play around with it. Play around with the settings within the demo so that you are comfortable, that you know how it works.
Yes, because I've been playing now with it now the whole time, but now when it uploads, then it just say it don't show other data. It shows tick yes, selfie, that, but it don't show other data. And then at the end, it just say, okay, I'm done. So does that mean I'm on the right track?
Yeah, sounds like it. Richard, you agree? It sounds like she's on the right track.
Yes, she's on the right track.
Okay, now thank you very much.
No problem. Okay, next is Stembile. Please unmute yourself.
Sorry, sir.
Yes, go for it. You're loud and clear. Stembile, are you still there?
Sorry,
Yes,
I see
I'm
that.
here.
Sorry, I was passed. I'm Letitia Masia. I don't know what happened.
Oh, okay, no problem. Let's just let Stembile finish quickly, and then we'll come back to you. Not a problem.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon. I just wanted about my passport. The passport I'm using, it's expired at the moment, but I do have a new one. So when I register the Invigilator app, I use the old one. So I'm not so sure if I have to go back and update the new one and re-register again. That's the first question.
Okay,
And
so
the second.
Okay, go for it. Ask the second question.
The second question I want to ask is about: do we start opening the Invigilator app, or do we start by downloading our question paper? That's the other thing I want to know. That's all for now.
Okay, fabulous. All right, so the process, in other words. Okay, so the first thing is your passport number. Far as I remember, as long as your email address is correct, that's kind of the most important thing with the app. So you must use your MyLife email account. But I do suggest update your passport number with the student advisor's assistance as soon as possible, just to make sure that your details are correct. So I think that would be important. But yes, as long as you can log into the app and you're using your MyLife, that should be fine. Then the second question is the process. Okay, so remember what's going to happen is you're going to log into the My Exams portal and you're going to download your exam from there. And in that process, they will give you the QR code if you haven't already received it. And then you will open the app, you'll scan the QR code, and then you'll follow the procedure. So please make sure you go through the demo, because the demo is very, very similar to the process that you're going to follow. So that's what I would recommend.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, pleasure. Okay, Letitia, now it's your chance.
Okay.
Give it a go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You might have answered this before. I just want to know, I'm on Apple and it locks immediately. So will the app still functions while it has locked the screen?
Richard, I think. Sure.
And when I try to change my settings, it says so it's just how it's said. So it says immediately. So it's a function of Apple that they've decided to make it lock immediately.
Okay, so it's an Apple device.
Yes.
Richard, if the phone locks on an Apple device, does the app still keep running? I think it does.
So what you need to do, the app will, the screen will go black. You can basically say the phone will lock. But if the app is still open and the one that's primarily in the background, you will still get the notifications when you have to submit your pictures. So it doesn't need to stay on the whole time. It will still go off, and you will get the notifications once you have to open the app and scan a picture or take a selfie.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, next up, guys, it's Guliwe. Please unmute yourself.
Good afternoon. My
Good
question
afternoon.
is it allowed for me to print my script, then scan the script for uploading, or should I screenshot and upload from the laptop?
Oh, well, basically, I think it would be easier if you just take pictures of your laptop, the document there. Because if you have to print, then you've got a whole process that you need to go through, and it's then, if the printer jams and things like that, I mean, anything like that can happen. So ideally, use the app and just take the pictures on your screen, but just make sure that you cover all the answers that you've written up. That's what I would suggest.
Okay, thanks.
Pleasure. Next, it's Shoni. Please unmute yourself.
Good afternoon. Hello.
Hi, Shoni, go for it. You're loud and clear.
Yes, my question is, I am handwriting my exam instead of typing. So I have a scanner on my phone, a scanner app on my phone that has Invigilator app also. Will be any problem? Will be there any problem for both apps on the same phone?
No, it's not going to be a problem in terms of having both apps on your phone, but just remember the Invigilator app has its own camera function built in that you can do the scans. Okay.
Yes, I mean when I scan to my UNESA.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yes, you can do that. What I would suggest then is maybe get done with the Invigilator app scanning first. And then once that process is done, then go back and use the other app, scan it in so that you can upload it onto the My Exams portal.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure, but I do suggest practice it, hey? Because you've got the demo, maybe practice it and see how it goes.
Yes, I've already done twice. It's working well.
Excellent. There we go. I'm happy. All right, next. Ililawani. Tabitha
Oh, hi.
Yes, go for it.
I prefer to write my exam, like to put pen to paper and then dictate on MS Word, right? For it to be a typed exam. So now, will that not infringe with the Invigilator app? Will it not flag it as I dictate to the MS Word?
Definitely, yes. It's going to pick up that you're speaking. Sure. Now, that's an interesting scenario that you're giving us. What would be the best approach? Colleagues, anyone got a suggestion? Because now you're using the
Yeah,
I like the fact that you're using the technology, but sure. Yes,
yeah.
Denzel?
David, is there a medical reason for this, or is it just a preference?
It's a preference. My mind works better as I put pen to paper. Unlike if I'm typing it, I miss a lot of things.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be flagged. Why I asked that if it was a medical reason, you could have asked, you could have approached Oxford, the unit that deals with this kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be flagged. Nikki, have you had any cases of this in your college?
Yes, Denzel, and like you say, they are flagged up until then the lecturer review the invigilation reports. And where the lecturer is unsure, then we go back to Mr. Mulukwane at DSAA to sort of give us how do we deal with such cases. Basically, I think it's less than 1% of such incidents, but I think it's better for us to be planned for those kind of incidents. So what I can advise the student is then to write to the lecturer ahead of time and indicate, as she said, it is a preference to indicate that her mind work better, like she was explaining, and should it happen that she's flagged, at least then there is a background. So as when the lecturer receives that report and review, hopefully they will remember that there was this student who contacted. Otherwise, when the results are withheld because they are flagged, then the student can still send an email, reminder email to say, remember before exam I had indicated my situation. Can you then review that? So hopefully that will assist.
Yeah, thanks, Nikki. I think that's a constructive approach, colleagues, is write to your lecturer on an email, get permission, save that email, so that if you do have issues of being flagged, which is most likely, you've got proof that you've requested this permission prior to that. Just please also just remember that in using this approach, just be conscious of your time as well.
Thank you.
All right, I hope that helps you. So guys, just make sure you contact your lecturer on that with that regard. It's quite a unique situation, but I do understand why you would want to use technology, to be honest. Okay, next is Hope. Please unmute yourself. Are you with us, Hope? Can you please unmute yourself? All right. Due to the time factor, guys, we need to just keep pushing on. And of course, there we go. Hope, go for it.
Yes, I was struggling to unmute. Okay.
Yep. Go for it. What's your question?
Okay, my question is when I was going through the demo test, on the part of uploading the exam script, I can see the option like there's a plus sign, and then I don't see anything about a button for saving as a PDF.
Saving as a PDF. I think if I remember correctly, it does that automatically. Richard, I'm sure if I remember correctly, the app does it automatically once the whole process unfolds.
Yes, so you'll see usually on the left or the right side is the plus sign, and the other one is a little tick that you need to click to say, okay, you're done taking all the photos. And then it will convert it to PDF.
Okay, all right, because there's a plus sign that comes up After the plus, if I press the plus, do I just go straight to the tick or I have to crop the page?
You go straight to the tick and just upload from there or convert to PDF from there.
Okay. All right, because it tells me that the instructions are like, you take a picture and then you tap save as a PDF, but I'm not seeing save as a PDF.
When you
Then if you are happy, tap the upload button. And there's no upload button.
Yeah, you first need to click the tick and then it will say, okay, ready, you convert to PDF, and then you upload from there.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right, great. I hope that helps. Okay, I'm just posting, guys. I'm posting the YouTube video for the Invigilator app, which basically runs through the presentation as Richard has done. So you can also just see it there in your own time, in your own leisure. And then I've also put in the link for the exam tips, where all the resources for the exams is sitting, online exams. So please also do check out that link as well. All right, let's see who's next in the queue. Okay, Nkosi Nata Sutole, please go for it. Are you still there? I know you did unmute earlier. Sutole, Nkosi, Ntole. Okay, let's move on then, guys. We'll see if you can connect. We'll try again. Sibongile, please unmute yourself.
Hello? Hello, can
Great.
you hear me?
Perfectly, go for it.
Yes. Because I'm writing, I'm going to use a handwriting. So my problem is I'm writing both the multiple choice question and the essay type question. How do I go about it?
All right. Is it the same exam paper?
Yes. It has got both the multiple choice questions and the essay type.
All right. Richard?
Sorry, David, I was answering a question in chat. What was the question?
The student has got exam papers got two sections. The first section is multiple choice, and the second section then is written exam.
Okay, so when it's that will then still count as a upload exam, because remember when you write, for instance, when one part of the sections are multiple choice, you usually have to fill that in on the page. It doesn't on the you don't fill it in on the platform. So if it's two separate examinations, so it's one part is multiple choice and the other one is where you have to do the written one, then it's separate sessions. But if it's combined into one, it will be considered an upload examination where you have to then fill it in on paper or Microsoft Word, and some of the questions you just have to say it's A, B, C in the document. You don't fill it in on MyUnisa. It's only when you do multiple choice or on MyUnisa, then you will use the Invigilator app.
Yeah, Richard, thanks for that. I think the student would need to check as well the instructions provided by the academics on the question paper. If the particular section that you're writing is an online multiple choice question, then you would need to complete that on the system itself. So maybe just get clarification from your lecturer prior to this, if it is required to be entered on a paper, or are you writing the MCQ section on the system itself?
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. I'm answered.
Great. Yeah, I can hear the app going in the background. Let's try again. Nkosi Nati, are you there? Nkosi Nati Satole, are you there? This was baseball. It's 3 strikes and you're out. Okay, we'll try again. Just maybe unmute when you can, and then we'll hopefully be able to answer your question. Okay, next up it's Tepo Kingsley. Please go for it. Unmute yourself.
Hi, it's Tepo here. Okay, my question is, the first part asks for the pictures of IDs and your selfie and everything. Do you upload that after taking it, or you just take it and leave it there in the later app and continue doing taking any other pictures that it wants you to take? And then at the end, after writing where you take pictures of your answer sheet, then that's when you start to upload everything at once, or the answer sheet you upload it differently, and the other pictures from the beginning and in the middle you upload it in the beginning, just to clarify me there. And the second question is that the app, is there an option? I've seen an option where you shared where there was my UNISA portal there. Is there an option where it's gonna prompt me to upload into my exams? Does it take me into my exams itself, or how do I upload into my exam? Do I upload separately, or I upload via the app? The app itself, it takes me into that that screen of my exam. Thank you.
All right, very good questions. Okay, the first one, the whole process, what will happen is during the app, you're going to do your pictures and whatnot. And at the end, you're going to take pictures of your script. And then the whole process will unfold with uploading. So that's when you're going to need to have data and internet connectivity. Okay? So at the end there, Turple, that's when the whole upload process happens, right at the end. Then the second question is with regards to uploading your script. Now remember, you're going to do that on my exams portal. So it's exactly the same place where you download your exam paper. If it's a written one, that's where you're going to upload your answer. All right, so just remember there's 2 processes that you're going to need to follow. App, taking the pictures, and then uploading with the app. And then the second process is doing it on the My Exams portal, where you upload your exam script, because that's the one they're going to mark. All right, so just remember there are 2 different processes that are running. I hope that answers your questions.
Okay, just before you move on, I'm clear when you say it's 2 processes, but what I need to understand is that the app itself, it's gonna give me an option, or it's gonna link me into my exams where I upload the information that I took via the app. Because the other part, I'm gonna do a PDF and everything, save, and then upload like normally. But through the app, do I have to also export and then being able to upload into my UNISA, because I will be uploading with a laptop? So that my question is that the app itself, does it prompt me into my UNISA page, my exam page where I will upload via the app?
No, the app's not going to do that. Remember, if you are using your laptop, then you're going to upload using your laptop. So the app is only going to focus on the pictures and the ID and the scripts. That's the only process that it's going to do. All right, just like your demo now. So then it's going to upload that only. So the app is not going to take you then to My Exams portal, where you're going to need to upload your written document. Because remember, that will be on your laptop, eh? So your laptop will be separate. So that process will run separately. So the app will only handle that part where it wants its information, the pictures and the scripts. And then on the desktop, that's where you will log into your My Exams app. And then that's where you'll upload your answer. I hope it makes sense.
Okay.
All right, but please just do the app. You'll get a feel for it and how it works, and then I'm sure you'll be more comfortable before your exam comes up. All right, next on the queue, it's Mashakini. Felicia Bupapi, can you please unmute yourself?
Hello. Raising my hand. Mine is not really a question. It's just a concern because I wrote an exam in November. I downloaded the app, did the demo test, everything was okay. And on the day of the exam, which was the next day, my app wouldn't work. I tried the code, it didn't work. So I sent a message to the people, the WhatsApp message. I was asked to uninstall and download again. So to cut the long story short, after when everything was sorted out, when I went to start my exam, trying to take a picture of try to scan the QR code, it wouldn't let me. It said I was too late and stuff. I need to consult the university. I did that, consulted my UNISA, and what happened, UNISA responded that, okay, it's okay that you have submitted via the exam portal. But then after that, I got a message that I need to write supplementary exam, which I didn't understand because I sent all the screenshots, everything just as proof that I really experienced problems. But then I was told to write supplementary exam, which is a bit concerning. What if it happens again? Or what if it happens to someone else? You know, because I did everything. It was just a problem with the app. I did everything. And once everything was sorted, I think it took about 20 minutes after the exam had started. And then I was told that no, exam is already started. I was too late to use the app. And with all my proof, the university still said, no, you still have to write supplementary exam. After they responded to me that, no, it's okay that you had, you submitted everything, all the proof, but then now I still had I was directed to do the supplementary exam. That is my concern.
I think in this case, if you got evidence and you also have a response from UNISA, maybe just email that to your lecturer and ask your lecturer if they can intervene for you. They might be able to intervene for you or point you in a direction that you can go to query this. Okay, I will do that because I actually responded to the my UNISA exam, sent my proof and everything again, and I was only responded with those messages that they send everyone that if anyone who has problem with the app will have to write supplementary exams. That was the response I got, so I stopped. Try, ask your lecturer to intervene for you. If you've got evidence and if you've got a strong case, then your lecturer can intervene for you. If not, then they would recommend the supplementary based on whatever decision they take. Okay, thank you so much.
All right, thanks, guys. All right, let's move on. Komocho, please unmute yourself.
Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Komocho.
Okay. My question was in reference to what the previous caller just indicated. But another thing I want to know that since there is two people already who have this situation where they were delayed in terms of technical issues to get access to their exam paper, how long does the system give us before it locks you out to say you are too late? So that at least we are aware in terms of what is expected of us. I haven't done the demo yet. I will do it, but I'm just concerned with that part, that because you never know what technical issues you might come across on the day. So one doesn't want to end up in a space where you are now told to write a supplementary because of something which was out of your control. So can you please indicate in terms of how long are we expected, the time frame that we have before we can be disqualified to write the exam? Thank you.
Good question. That's quite a good question. Richard, just maybe just repeat the app time. It's 15 minutes before and 15 minutes after the exam. Is that correct, Richard?
Yes, but to start late, we'll have to confirm with the developers what is the exact time. So we don't want to give you now just the time, you know, but let's rather get confirmation and get back to you on the exact time after the examination officially starts. So that means, you know, after 10 o'clock, what time do you have after that to access the app? I suspect it will also be something like 15 minutes.
Can I come in there, Denzel and Dave, on that one? It's usually 30 minutes after the official time on the timetable. After that, it will then flag a student as running out of the app time.
Yeah, so just to clarify, so remember that if your exam, for example, what Nikki's saying is if your exam starts at 10 o'clock, that first 30 minutes you need to start off that Invigilator app. If you don't start within that 30 minutes, it flags you.
Correct.
Yeah, thanks. So that's very important.
Okay. So if my exam starts at 8 o'clock, meaning that by 8:30, I should have logged in and scanned my QR code.
Exactly, to commence the invigilation. So you've got that 30 minute period or grace period to commence the invigilation. Once it exceeds that 30 minutes, the system simply takes it for granted that you have not commenced it, you're not working with, and it flags on the system.
Okay. All right then, thanks. I think I must just read my lecture's instructions in terms of how to access the exam paper. Thank you.
Hello everyone, just to jump in there, I have a question that is similar. I'll be writing a 4-hour paper, but we have also 1 extra hour to upload. So in total, it's 4. So I just want to know if the app will allow us to, like the 15 minutes part, will it allow us to download after the 5 hours or the 4 hours? Because on my UNISA, we have a period of an hour to upload. So I don't know with the app if it will allow us also to have that hour period to download. Thank you.
Colleagues, I think that's part of the upload hour, I would assume. Denzel?
Yeah, remember that upload, the 1 hour upload, is a UNISA grace period. And we understand that some of you might have challenges. Sometimes, the systems will be slow as well. So that 1 hour is specifically for you to upload your exam paper, answer script onto the system itself, and not the invigilation part.
All right.
And also,
thanks so much.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
sorry,
also, remember that 1 hour is not for you to write, right? So that's a grace period for you to upload. So you should, at the end of that 4 hours, have completed your assessment.
All right, fantastic. Okay, next up it's Lorna. Please unmute yourself, ask your question. Lorna, are you there still? I know the session has gone quite a bit over time. Go for it, Lorna.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
okay.
we can hear you.
What happened to me, I used the app last semester, and when I got my results, one result was there saying, it gave me my results, which I passed, but the other one where I also used the app says I was absent. But I have the proof and everything to show that I submitted everything correctly. When I contacted my lecturer, she said I must just submit it, and they will look into it. But I mean, we already registered for the second semester now, which starts in June, and I still didn't get an answer. So everything was done on the app. Everything was done right. It says the app said it was processed successfully, but still, when I got my results, it said I was absent.
David, the student has already started communication with the lecturer, so I think just continue that communication with the lecturer.
Okay, so I still have to wait for my lecturer.
Yeah, I think just restart that communication. I think because you've already started the communication with the lecturer, just continue the communication with the lecturer on that.
Okay, because I did write a second email to her now. Nobody is responding, you know. And I need to know because whether I should register for that subject again or what.
As a colleague said, Denzel said, maybe just send the email again and ask the lecturer what's happening in the process, and so that you can know what you can do next in terms of with the module itself.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, Lorna, good luck with that.
Right.
Okay, next up is Mabali. Please unmute yourself.
Thank you, David. Thank you, David. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I've got a question here. I've got two IDs, right? The maiden one and the married one. But I have registered with the maiden one. But yesterday I went to UNISA to change the surname. So I wish to check if I do this scanning part. Do I have to use the one that I'm using now or the one that I registered with?
Okay, Mabali. So you basically said you've gone to the regional center and they have they updated your information?
They said they did yesterday.
Okay, that's fine. You can also just double check on My UNISA under your profile. You should be able to see your details there as well. Then I would suggest use the one that you've updated to, because if they've confirmed that it has been updated, but as I'm saying, just double check that on My UNISA, indeed it has been updated.
Okay. The second question is that as we are using the ID card, do we need to scan the one side or both sides?
The scanning is just the front side, the side that's got all your details on, with the picture and your ID number and things like that. All right, cool.
Okay.
Thanks, Mbali. Okay, right. Next is Warren. Thank you. You've been on for quite some time. Please unmute, Warren.
So much.
Yes, go for it, Warren. Warren, unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go for it.
Oh, okay, thank you so much. Like I was going through the demo app, and then there's that option, the one that say you must upload your script. However, like it's only taking pictures. So on the exam, will I require to take pictures instead of uploading the script? I just need clarity on that one.
All right, just remember there's two processes that are going to run, hey? So the Invigilator app, you're going to take pictures of your script. Then your script itself, you also need to upload onto your My Exams portal. So the same place where you downloaded your exam paper, you're going to upload it there as well. So there's two things that need to happen. So the app basically checks that this is your work, and then process is done, and then you must make sure you upload your script so that the marking team can mark your script. So there's two processes. Okay, Warren?
Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Right, next is Nasha Roman. Please unmute yourself.
Good afternoon. I just needed to clarify, number one, I think I didn't quite clearly hear the response to the question about the size of photos that you're taking if it's a typed exam, because you can't really fit the whole script onto screen. So I think I just need to hear the response to that, the type of photo that one should take in a typed exam on your computer screen. And secondly, I keep hearing this issue about an ID requirement throughout the entire registration and trial process. I never came across an ID requirement, so I just wanted to confirm where that ID is required and the acceptable forms of ID, because that's something that I did not come across when I downloaded, installed, and tested the app.
All right, thanks. That's a good question. Okay, the first part of the question, yes, you're going to need to take pictures of every single page using the app. All right, so if you've got 30 pages, you need to take all 30 pages. And then the process of the app will upload at the end of the exam process. Now, in terms of your ID, I think that's usually set out with the rules of the examination. They indicate in that document which ID or passport or driver's license that may be used. I'm sure those are the three ones that I'm aware of. Maybe Denzel or Dociano maybe can come in here as well.
Those are the standard formats. I think the colleague can just check up on the exams, but that's the standard formats, David.
On what screen do we upload those in the app?
That should have asked you, Richard. That should have prompted you when you did when the student did the test, right?
Yes. Did you complete the demo or did you just do the setup?
I did the setup. I did the demo. Unless if I need to redo everything.
Just if I'm you, just redo the demo. So usually the first prompt that you get will be to take a photo of an ID, and then the second and third one will be to take a selfie.
All right.
Yep.
All right. As I said, guys, please do that demo. Do it as many times as you need to so that you're super, super comfortable. All right, so let's go next to Koketsu. Please unmute yourself.
Thank you so much. My question is about, okay, my system is working properly, the Invigilator app. So I got confused about the Access LMS. Do I need to click on it, or I just take selfies and pictures of the script and then upload everything at the end? Do I need to click Access LMS?
Okay, Access LMS is when you're doing your multiple choice question. Okay, then you will go that route. But when you're doing a written exam, no, then you're not going to go that route. So then you will you'll maybe use your laptop, you'll type up your answers, and then using the app, you'll take the pictures, and then the app will upload those pictures. But of course, don't forget, you must upload your script on the My Exams portal thereafter, hey, just to make sure that the marking guys can mark your script.
Okay.
So there's two different processes, eh?
Thanks.
Pleasure. Okay. Batu, please unmute yourself. Batu, are you still there? All right, let's just continue then. Colette Corletti, Kluter, can you please unmute yourself?
Good day, thank you for the opportunity. Mine is just an inquiry. I'm a final year student with 2 modules left. One of my modules is supposed to be written on Monday. My third assignment, I incorrectly uploaded the incorrect one, and then the lecturer notified me. Obviously, it was now after the date. And when I only realized it was the wrong assignment. I shared the correct one, but then she notified me that assignment is not going to be marked. Thereafter, I got a notification that I only got admission to write one of my modules. Even though I got the admission for one, I received then the code, the QR code for the Invigilator on the one that I shouldn't write. I've been in contact with UNISA several times where I'm getting now mixed information. Some is telling me, no, I should now apply for the module to complete it in this year. And I'm telling them, but this is my final year. I will not be able to get admission for this module again. So I need you guys to advise me what is the way forward for students that's in the situation such like me. I have not received any clear answer, and I'm quite puzzled. I don't know, really, I don't know what to do now. And I would really like some advice.
So, Coretti, what college are you in?
Accounting science. I'm doing my postgrad in internal audit.
Okay.
Denzel, can I assist?
Yes, I was about to ask you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Is it Coretti? Let her send me an
Yes,
email,
Coretti.
and then I will send it to the manager that side.
Thanks, Nikki.
Sure.
Can you just come again with it? What should I do?
You can drop me an email, and then I will escalate your query to the manager in accounting sciences.
Okay, who am I dropping the email to?
I will just post my email address on the chat.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Dr. Yano. I hope that helps, Coretti. All right, the last person on the list is Sinico. Please unmute yourself. Hope you're still there.
Hello. Hi. Thanks for giving me the opportunity. Last year I used the Invigilator app on my exams. So now I'm trying to refresh my knowledge about the app. So when I try to log in onto the app, it doesn't recognize my credentials. So must I start afresh, like not just log in? Must I register as a new student or as a first-time user, so that it opens up? Because when I put in my details, it says error, we couldn't find these details, something like that.
Okay, because remember, when you join the app, you create your own password. So it's not your MyUnisa password, hey? So do you still remember your MyUnisa password, not the app password that you used previously?
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's not my Unisa password. Oh, okay. I don't remember that password, but I tried to register a new one now, but I'll see how it goes.
Okay, just remember the technical team, the WhatsApp number. You can WhatsApp them as well, just in case you need any further support.
Okay, what's the WhatsApp number for the technical team?
Let me give it to you. It's 073
073
505
505
82
82
73.
Okay, thank you very much.
Pleasure. All right, just when we thought we were at the last person, I see Butimelo has popped up. All right, Butimelo, please ask your question.
Good day. My challenge, I've tried to register in the Invigilator app, but my challenge is accessing my live email. So I don't know if the query should go. I've logged my query with my live help, and I'm just concerned because I'm writing on Monday, whether I will be able to be assisted before then.
Okay, I am aware that there are some logging issues with my life that the technical team are currently working on. Have you been able to log into my life before?
I have 2 accounts. It's just a challenge. Yes, I have before. But now, for me, remember to get into the Invigilator to verify, I need to get a code from my life.
That's right. Okay. Okay, I tell you what, I'm just going to post my email address in the chat. Maybe just forward me or pop me an email just to say that you've got a My Life problem, and then I'll see what I can do on my side. Okay, I've just posted it there for you.
Just also for verification, what you can also do is underneath that verification, you can ask them to send a PIN to your cell phone number. So if you're still struggling with your My Life to get into, and you only need to get the verification code, click on that option that's right at the bottom, send code to my cell phone, and then they will send it directly to your cell phone. That's an SMS.
Okay, I will try that now.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Richard. Okay, now I see people are raising their hands again. Guys, yeah, it's exam time, eh? Okay, the next person in the list is Nonkwanazi Kulu. Please go for it. Ask your question.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, it's Nonzwakazi.
Nonzwakazi. Thank you. I'll learn.
All right. On the first page of my UNISA, it doesn't show under important links. It doesn't show anything, any link for exams. Is it something I must report or?
Let me have a look.
Okay.
I will quickly put the link in the chat as well to the My Exams portal.
Okay.
I see they've just removed the banner from my UNISA during this session, actually.
Okay.
Oh, terrible timing. Okay, thanks,
All right.
Richard.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, pleasure. All right, the next one is Eugene. Please unmute and ask your question. Are you still there, Eugene? Going once, going twice. All right, okay, let's move on to the next person, or the last person. It's Presley. Please unmute yourself.
Hello?
Eugene, you're there. Go for it, Eugene.
Yes, how are you?
All right, there's no need to switch on your camera, though.
I'm trying to switch off. It's hard to switch. I'm trying.
Oh, boy. Okay, ask your question.
Yes, it's about an open book. Do you need an Invigilator app if you're writing an open book?
Okay, so what you can do is on your exam timetable, it should indicate very clearly if you need to use the app or not. You can also check under the module, under announcements for the module. They definitely should have information there from your lecturer.
And another thing, if you use a laptop, you will need to have an Invigilator application. I've heard that there's no need to use an invigilation if you are writing with a laptop.
No, that's not correct. Please just check the exam. Again, your exam timetable, it will indicate if you need the app. However, if you've got a desktop or laptop that you're going to use, I mean, that's the ideal situation. You can do your written exams easily enough on that. If you need to use your smartphone, then of course you're going to need to use your smartphone on the side. Then the app can run on the smartphone, and then you can do your exam on the desktop or your laptop.
And another thing is, some of us are not computer literate. So if I want to download, maybe I will ask someone to do it. Don't download or upload. Is it permissible or not?
Well, look, shucks.
So David.
Yes, Richard.
So we had this question last year as well, quite a few times. So the answer is you may have somebody assist you to upload and download it. Remember, if it gets flagged that there was somebody else with you, or they heard somebody else speak, it might be even that you in a computer center. So it might get flagged, but the audio, they will listen to the audio to see if that person actually gave you advice on your content. So remember, even students with disabilities, they need people to assist them. So if somebody assists you to upload it, to download it, it's fine, as long as you don't discuss any of the exam content. And that's when they will then escalate it. And because getting flagged is fine. That just means it goes to review. Once it gets reviewed and they do pick up something, then they will let the lecturers know. But else they will, if there's no content being discussed or anything like that, then it won't go any further from there.
Yes, understood. And lastly, it's about type or handwriting assessment. How do you handwrite and submit it? Because some of us are not computer literate. So how do I handwrite and submit? I'm really puzzled about that because I only know how to type on the computer.
Okay, okay, go for it, Richard.
Okay, so when you do handwritten, you write it out, just make sure that it's very clear, your handwriting, and then you'll still need to scan it in to submit to MyUnisa, and those scans that you do must be very clear and legible. For the Invigilator app, you just follow the same process as if you did it on the computer. You just take pictures and upload those pictures, because those pictures are just to confirm that what you uploaded to MyUnisa is the same as what the Invigilator app was invigilating. So if you do it, just make sure your handwriting is very clear and that you are able to scan it to your computer and that it's very legible for your lecturers that's marking your script.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Dana. Thank you very much.
Pleasure and all the best, Eugene. Okay, then the last person is Presley.
Yeah, hi, David and Richard. Thanks for the great session. Just a few questions from my side. One is obviously you're writing the exam at home, and then you do get background noise because you get kids and you get your spouse moving around. Would that be a problem?
No, Presley, not at all. Basically, what will happen is if there is noise, it will be flagged, but then they will listen to the audio. And as long as they can't pick up that there's any questions or answers or information that's related to the exam that's been passed over, it shouldn't be a problem at all.
Yeah. All right, great. And then the second one is I downloaded the app and then everything is fine, but they say to start the exam, you must enter the QR code to start the assessment. So to do the demo, do you click on start assessment and enter that QR code?
Yes, you can use the demo code and you can use it as many times as you want, and that's correct. I think Richard's just going to share the demo. Okay, there's the code, or you can just scan it in straight from the screen. But I suggest write down the QR code so that you can do this test again and again and again.
Perfect. And do you log out of the app or do you leave it logged on when you're not using it?
During your assessment or in general?
No, I'm saying like today we've downloaded the app, we tested it out, we did the demo. But do we log out or we leave it logged on until we write the exam on Monday?
No, you can log out. That's not a problem. Just as long as you remember your password.
Okay, great. Thank you, guys. Thanks for the session. Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you. Pleasure. Okay, now I see two more questions are popping up again. Guys, we need to end the session. There is another session happening next week. Which day is it on? Next week, Wednesday, from 10 o'clock to 11:30. So these will be the last two questions. All right, from Sindiswa. Go for it, answer your question.
If you finish before the allocated time, can you click on finish assessment without being penalized and submit everything before the allocated time is up? Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, you can end the exam if the lecturer has set up the system that allows it to end earlier. Yes, you can do that. It's not a problem. You should not be penalized. But just remember, once you close the process, it's done. You can't undo that process then. Okay, then the last question for this session, Nduvolo Matidze.
Yes. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to ask. I just want to find out, man. Last I was using the Irish Invigilator, but it was very difficult for me to access the question paper because it needs code. It needs password. So it takes for me close to 20 to 30 minutes to get that code. So I don't know why. Where do we get that code?
Are you talking about Iris or are you talking about Invigilator app?
I'm talking about the Irish.
Okay, the Iris. Then you need to there's a discussion space on Yammer for you to communicate. You'll need to communicate with the colleagues on specifically on Iris. This session is only for Invigilator app.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it's Irish. Okay.
No, thanks.
Okay, no, thanks.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks, colleagues. Thanks, students. This was very, very informative session.
Thanks.
I just want to hand over to Denzel to do the closing for the session. And please, again, if you've got questions, post them under chat or join us again next week as per the invite. Over to you, Denzel.
Thanks, David. Thanks to David, Richard, and Dr. Humza as well. I know we scheduled this session for 1.5 hours. We should have been done by 11:30, and we doubled up in terms of a 3-hour session. But I think it was well attended by the colleagues, and I think we've answered majority of the questions. Colleagues, from our side, we know that it's always a challenge when we are pushing new technology in. But as I started off right at the beginning and said, this is specifically for us to ensure that we keep the authenticity of the assessments intact. Just remember that it is very, very critical that you remember this, is that your submission of your exam script must be done on the My Exams portal. Please remember that. We had a lot of students that simply submitted on the Invigilator app and missed out somebody on the My Exams portal. For us, we can't mark on the Invigilator app, we mark on the My Exams portal. So that is very, very critical that I stress this. Your exam paper must be submitted on the My Exam portal at the end of the day. From our side, we'd just like to wish you all the best in the upcoming exams. Remember that we have our next session on the next Wednesday, as David mentioned. You are welcome to join us for a refresher. If you have some challenges and also want to find out more about your experiences, please feel free to join us next week and also pass the news on to other colleagues. We had about 800 students that joined us today, so it was well attended. So once again, colleagues, from all of us, our 4 colleagues in the group, myself, David, Dr. Pumza, and Richard, all the best for the upcoming exams, and we wish you well, and we'll see you all, if not next week, but good luck with the exams. Thanks, colleagues.
Thank you, Dr. C. Bye.
Thanks, Dr.